Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Welcome to another Monday Night Live show. As always, guys, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. And even more so at the moment, guys, because you know, last season when we were doing these shows and these watch-alongs, the vibe was always great because we're winning games, we're winning trophies. At the moment, we're not doing any of those things. In fact, it's the quite opposite of what we're doing right now. So for us to come on here, show our faces and get ridiculed, I think we deserve a like at least for that. Matt Drift, I always start with how you guys doing. Big up to you two for holding down the watch along and the post-match like a mug. I watched the game back. Then I watched your post-match. Yay. That must 1 point, clean sheet. Yay.
Not
fun,
live.
fun,
That must
fun.
have been a tough watch, Cal. I'm not going to lie.
Can you tell him, bruv? I had to watch it by myself, bruv. To watch it by myself.
Even match of the day was hard to watch.
Yeah. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. On the agenda tonight, going to be speaking about Mo Salah. It has to be a conversation about the Egyptian king. Got to talk about Jurgen Klopp as well. We've got to have a conversation about the German king. I'm going to speak about Kelleher and Phillips, who might be moving on as early as this month. Rumors have it. And we're also going to look at a couple of transfer rumors. So, first topic of the evening, boys. Got to get into it. It's not going to be a nice one. It's not going to be a fun one. It's got to be done. Mohamed Salah. Yikes. When Salah came back from AFCON last season, he didn't hit the heights that he hit before he went to AFCON. Had he even went halfway to meeting what he did before the AFCON, he'd have probably walked away with the Ballon d'Or. However, that wasn't to be the case, and he unfortunately didn't hit the heights. Now, we all gave him a blind because obviously he came back from AFCON and the back of the World Cup qualifier, lost in the final, knocked out of the World Cup qualifier, both on penalties, both after going to extra time. Went to extra time loads in the AFCON as well. Played as soon as he got back, which, again, we questioned and said maybe he shouldn't have been. This season didn't start too bad, considering all the nonsense that's going around with personnel changes, tactics, and ownership and all that. Started the season pretty well, in my opinion. Since the World Cup, though, it's been ugly. Very ugly. And I'm saying that as a Mo fan. If we had anyone right now capable of replacing him in the starting lineup, he'd be getting replaced in the starting lineup. Well, the first question I want to ask, and I'll come to you first, Drift. Do you think the fact that Mo Salah got a new contract on such a big wage is why people are so upset with him right now?
No. I remember there was I can't remember when it was. It might have been after AFCON, when there was a period when he went through a bit of bad form. And I remember people kind of getting on his case then, and he didn't have a new contract then. So I think people would be on his case regardless of whether he got the money or not. Do you know what? I actually think it's the rivals. I mean, we've done it to other teams as well. We've done it to Pogba and Ozil and Aubameyang. So I guess they're just trying to get their own back, even though it's not the same thing, because Mo has still statistically been doing pretty well this season. It's just when you watch the performances, you think, God, Jesus, what's going on? But I'm sure he's still our top goal scorer, top assister. So it's a weird one. But
might be top assist.
Okay. But I think what it is, putting the haters aside, that are talking about the price, I just think people are disappointed with Mo full stop, just because he's our talisman. I don't think Liverpool fans are really that bothered about the money. We all know he deserves it. Let's keep it a buck. I know he ain't playing well, but we're talking about a supremely talented, world-class footballer who for 4 or 5 years was consistent on a level that we've probably never seen since Steven Gerrard, in terms of the numbers and bailing us out and doing all that kind of stuff. And I mean, if anybody in our team is allowed to have bad form, it's Mo Salah. It's just a pity that we don't have two things popping right now. One is we don't have Mane, who normally used to do well whenever Mo didn't, because they're like a duo. A lot of the time they were battling it up together. But if one was off form, the other one would just do the thing until the other one came back into
we
form.
also got a shout out to Jota as well, because Jota's picked up in times that both when Mane and Salah are going through a bit of doo-doo, Jota picked up as well. So
facts, Cal. So that's three things then. Facts. So yeah, Jota as well, who's not here to chip in and do it when those two weren't doing it as well. That's a fact. And the other thing is, we're playing bad as a team, period. We're just playing bad as a team, period. Meaning it's really harsh to point at any one individual. I think I said this to you, Matt, when we were doing the match reaction on to the Chelsea game.
Mm-mm.
I don't really think it's fair to start pointing fingers at one person. It's all of us. It's everybody at Liverpool right now. From the flipping training to the tactics, to the players, to the performances, to the individuals, to the attitude. Everything. It's everybody. It ain't one man. Don't point at him. Don't point at him. Don't point at him. Everybody is playing below par. In my opinion, the only person who looks good is Núñez. Like, generally speaking, he's the one who's always making effort, always trying, always dangerous. He's obvious when he's not in the team. Everybody else in the team, to a degree, you could be like, he ain't really playing well. Or he's playing way below the standard that he should be playing at. We got the best defender in the world in our team right now, looking like we shouldn't even be playing him. I mean, I know he's injured, but like his form was bad anyway. And if anyone's going to tell him all of a sudden he's just a crap player when he's been an elite level player for 4 years and a top quality player for his whole career, and what all of a sudden is he just dead? No. We're just not, there's just something not right at the moment. You know what I mean? And shit happens. The mojo needs to come back. I don't know how we get it back. So I don't want to start pointing fingers at Mo only, but because he's our talisman, as Cal said, it is a conversation. I'm worried about Mo, and I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know of his tactics. I don't know what's going on with Mo, but he is ghosting games, man.
yeah.
So
Now I'm not laughing at you. Guna Lee's comment was quite funny.
I see.
Funny comment. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Make sure you smash the like button. Matt, I want to come to you next. Do you think Salah's form has to do, well, in fact, I'll name a few things. What do you think is the biggest contribution to Salah's form? Overplaying, tactics in terms of partnership with Trent and whoever's playing right midfield, whether it be Elliott or Henderson, the new role he's been asked to play in a team, or I hate to use this as an example, but I've got it because it's some people are saying a lack of appetite.
I don't think it's like
the last one. I'm just asking a question, people.
Yeah.
How today, by the way, guys, I'm host today. So leave me alone. Don't jump in my DMs after the show and cuss me out, please.
I don't think it's a lack of appetite. I think it more comes down to burnout, tactics, and everything else that you said. Just not. It's not his attitude. It's him being asked to do something different from Pep Linders. Pep Linders wants to see chalk on a touch on the byline. That's never been Salah's.
So I cut you back. When we say Pep, we got to say Klopp and Pep. Klopp does.
No, I hear that, but it's been tweaked, innit? And I think Pep Linders kind of did say, or they said that, the wingers.
Which interview?
I mean,
which one?
It's in the book as well, I think. But bro, with Mo Salah, it's not about him not wanting to play for Liverpool or him not giving a damn. You can tell he's trying, but I think everyone being off form, him not being on form, tactically we're looking at inept, confidence is low. Like, and I know he's our talisman, but you have to understand, like, even the talisman needs at least some of your players to stand up. Do you know what I mean? He needs some running mates in it, and the only running mate that's there at the moment, if I'm being honest, like what you've said, is probably Núñez. Núñez is probably the only one that doesn't hide. I don't think Salah's hiding like he just doesn't want the ball. But I also feel like the way we've even played as well, we don't play to his strengths as much anymore. And I think it's mainly due to to the midfielders as well. They don't give them the ball as quick as possible how they used to. That right hand side is not the same unless Trent does, playing off a worldie. It used to be Henderson that used to, fit really well on that side, and now you've changed that to Harvey Elliott times as well throughout the season. That hasn't worked because they get in each other's way as well. It's a bit weird. I don't know. And we've seen more times than not now over the course of the season that Harvey Elliott is a right winger, not a left winger or a centre mid, but yet he's been played there and he's been getting in Mo's way. I don't know. It is a cause for concern. I don't think it's all his fault in terms of like Salah's not playing well, so therefore he's just suddenly just dead. It's not that. There's a lot of factors, but I think it'll be more cause for concern if we were playing really well and he still wasn't picking up form. And I haven't seen that yet. We can talk about that last season, maybe. There are parts of last season when he came back from AFCON and everyone was on a level, so to speak, and he found it hard to keep up. But maybe you could put that down to disappointment of what happened to him on international duty. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's licking his wounds a bit. Do you know what I mean? But then he still shows the fire in him, even though he was wrong to do it, saying he wants Real Madrid next. So it just goes to show you that there's the fighter still there. It's just not happening for him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should doubt Mo in terms of his ability or whether he can still do it. But I think we should be concerned about how long the slump he's carrying on for.
You agree. I see a couple of you in the comments saying these are excuses. And I mean, I think there's a difference between making excuses and depicting and going through why there are reasons as to why he has bad form. I don't think anyone here is making an excuse for him. I think we've all said he's not been good enough, but then you have to look deeper and ask, why has he not been good enough? And I think there are so many factors here. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't think we're making excuses for him because none of us have defended his form, but we are adding context. We are adding rationale to the conversation. So
no, that's what I was going to say, Carl. With all due respect to whoever it is that's saying we're making excuses or whatever, as we spoke before, with all due respect, I kind of feel like that is I'm not going to call it an agenda, but I just think you just want to go, he's shit, get rid of him, like, that hateful kind of new age social media stuff. Like, we don't do that here, innit? We add proper context, we talk it out, we have a conversation. Like, same thing when we're talking about Klopp, when we're talking about anybody, people just go, oh, you're just making excuses. No, we're having a conversation. There has to be a reason for everything. What, you actually think that Salah went from Ballon d'Or nomination level performances to he's just a shit footballer? Is that what you really think? What is life just that black and white? Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Like, do you know what? There's always context in football, man. And we got to be logical here. We got to try and figure out what it is, because Mo Salah is a baller. He's a baller. Yeah. We just got to try and figure out what's going on here. Like, if you look just want to write him off and just say, shit, is this what we do now in the new age? As soon as you hit a bit of poor form for a couple of weeks, couple months, whatever, get rid of him, get someone else in. But bloody hell, man. Is that how life is now? Jesus.
God, Matt.
No, I was going to say, someone I think has made a very, very good comment. Los Blancos talk. I'll bring up on the screen. It says, he's going through what Mane went through. Difference is Mane had Salah to step up. Now Salah needs someone to step up until his form returns. That's a very valid point, because when you think about what Mane...
Blancos, you took my whole flow. You took my whole flow.
And don't get me started about what people were saying about Mane and his poor form. Do you remember how irate they were getting me during that time? My days.
This is what I was going to say. And we're not trying to say it's exactly the same, because what I would say then is that the actual team wasn't playing nowhere near as bad as what it's playing now. So it's even worse. So imagine you've got your star player, one of your star players who you rely on, playing very badly, but the team's also playing badly. Where Mane was going through his form, we weren't playing as bad as this. We were bad, but we weren't as bad. No, do you know what I mean? That's when we had
no centre back. We're playing
well. But weren't that the no centre back season, if I'm not mistaken? Or have I got the season?
No. Mane was good then. Mane was bad from January.
It was the no centre back season.
It was a no centre back season. Do you remember the start of that? No, I think he started well, and then he just went through. Yeah. It was that season, and then it was from started
January through to the following January.
Yeah,
it was around a calendar year of bad form.
I never get to say,
I promise you, it was. Because
I
we're
did not
losing
say that
games
about
at
season.
1-0 every game, and Mane was missing chances that he'd normally just bury.
Yeah, it was a no centre
Yeah,
back
and
season.
I mean, I don't think he was playing as bad as other people did, but I thought it was
Nah,
a
he was
season
bad.
before.
Nah, he was bad in that period, Drift. He was really bad in that period.
But it's not even about the focus on Mane. It's more of a case
Mm.
of he went through a bad patch, except for when he was figuring it out. I know we were losing games and whatever, but then when we kind of got our stuff back together, he wasn't there just yet, but other players are stepping up like Salah. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if I'm not mistaken, Salah still had a very good season that season, even though we had a poor season. Salah statistically had a very good season in terms of goals and assists and
Salah proper
chance
stood out that
creation.
year, yeah.
But what's so mad is that it's hard on Salah more so. He doesn't have his wingman there, who's been there for years with him. They're being Batman and Robin. Now it's just him. The whole team is playing poorly, and all eyes on him because he is obviously the highest paid. Now I get it. When you're the highest paid, you got to kind of accept that criticism, because if you're willing to sign that contract, you got to willing to accept the stuff that goes with that. However, as football fans and Liverpool fans, I think we just got to be mindful and just not just throw this man under the bus, because Liverpool Football Club, we're not playing well on the pitch, and we're just going to sit there and go, yeah, and Salah's is dead, man. Get rid of him. I just think we got to wait and see, people. We will get out of this rut. When we start playing well, if Salah still continues this for however long or whatever, and we've got to have that conversation, cool. But until then, we just got to believe in my man that he can turn it around just like the rest of them.
That leads me nicely onto. In fact, I'm going to make one quick comment first, actually. Saw a couple of you in the comments say this as well. One of the factors that could be contributing to this is he's playing with a completely new front three at the moment, or partners in the front three. That's the one where I actually don't give any mind to. And the reason I say that is because when he came to Liverpool, Bobby and Mane are already there. He was the last to join that front three. Like, I don't think it's an adaptation of him, because we saw early in the season, this season, how well him and Nunes were linking up before Nunes got suspended. I don't think it's a problem with playing with new players. I think his problem is his actual form and some of the tactics that are being employed to him and players around him that are potentially directly affecting him. I personally don't think it's new personnel, because Salah has played with new personnel. But look at Elliot, him and Elliot last season before Elliot got the ankle injury. Playing brilliant together. That triangle with him, Trent and Elliot, brilliant. Before that was Henderson. Before that was someone else. Before that was Ox. Ox was playing on the right of the three. So it's
cut you. Sometimes it works though. I'm not saying this doesn't work with Nunes. I think it was with Nunes, but then you've now added in Gakpo. Gakpo's another. The only difference I say to you is to kind of rebuttal what you said. Yeah, is that
go for it, bro.
When Salah came in, when there was Firmino and Mane, they already had that. Like, everything was kind of set. You're just the last man. Basically, you're sprinkling. Basically, Salah was the sprinkles on top of the cappuccino or whatever.
I don't feel like it was set.
You don't think so? Because remember, Coutinho was there as well. When Coutinho was there, so everything they had, they were the dare I say it? I don't even know why I was even going to say this, but you see, Home Alone, I don't even know why I was going to say the Wet Bandits. That's just two of them, but like. That threesome of Mane, Bobby, and Coutinho were kind of already set. Like, the team was set. Salah, we were sprinkling on some Salah, except for we didn't realize how much the sprinkles were gonna do for the cappuccino. We were just like
the whole recipe,
whole thing, bro, to the point where everyone wanted to buy this cappuccino now. Remember, that's what I would say. I would say slightly different. You might disagree though. I don't know.
No. What you say has credence. I can't lie. Obviously, I'll wait till Drifty Art comes back and I'll ask him the same question. Shout out to Bajan Barnes, who I was speaking to earlier as well today.
Big up, Bajan.
He was asking me the question, and there's layers to this question before, because I know what the ultimate answer is. It's no. But the question is, if we were to stay under this regime of those brothers up top, should we potentially look at cashing in on Salah and reinvesting the money?
If we're doing that, though, we're kind of like...
I know it's still doo-doo. Still a doo-doo.
I hate to say it. If we did that, I'll be honest with you. So all right, so FSG is still there, and they're like, Klopp wants money. We decide to cash in. if we're gonna do that, we might as well sit as Liverpool fans and say we're starting the whole reboot again. Like we're rebooting, like how they're doing with Transformers people. You've seen the trailer for the one with the Dinobots. I don't know if you lot have seen it. I'm a big Transformers fan, but the trailer for that one is kind of like a reboot or soft reboot. That's what Liverpool will be doing. That's what they'll be accepting, because you can't take out one of your marquee players who's been a talisman for so long and expect there to be no repercussions or no fluidity that you're gonna miss. Bro, you're starting again. Theoretically, I don't think you can just like.
All right, let's say for example, we were able to get 100 mil for him. And let's say the replacement was DRB and a young up and coming winger who maybe cost 20 mil. So that's effectively 100 mil gone. We won't speak about the midfield situation and all that, because that's new money. That selling Salah can't rebuild the whole team like the Coutinho sale effectively did. Would you be on board? Let's say in a crazy world, we got Musa Diaby, and because Juventus are going through what they're going through, Chiesa goes at a cut price. So we get Diaby and Chiesa for 100 mil with the Salah money. Would you do it?
Still a gamble. I don't know. I got to be honest. Do you know why? I'm not trying to go around the question, but I'm thinking, I look at our rivals and I know it's different, because hence why you asked the question of if the owners are still there.
Yeah, it's nothing to do.
But I've just got to look at it and go, Man City would just never sell a De Bruyne. They just never would. Man United would never sell a Rashford, right? They just wouldn't sell a Rashford. Like, he's probably arguably the best player, or Bruno, whoever you think the best player is. Like, they just wouldn't do it. Like, when you're trying to build on something, like ask Arsenal. Do you know? I'll even say this, yeah. I hate to say it, but
I even hate, guys in the comments, I hate I had to bring up this topic, but I had to ask it.
I understand that. I'd even say this. I'd even say, even to the Arsenal fans that are out there, I know you lot are big up your chest on that, especially you, Gunnar Lee, big up Gunnar Lee. But how would they, like, if they had to sell Saka or like Martinelli or someone like that, they would be like, say Jesus or something, like 2 years from now, they would feel like they're having to do a soft reboot because a lot of things are then going to change. So I don't know. That's a risky thing to do. Obviously, if we've got no choice, we got no choice. But I don't know. But basically, what you're trying to ask me is, if we keep FSG
being Chiesa for Salah, I'm asking Diaby and Chiesa for Salah.
I'll be
it's
honest.
Never going to be a guarantee. Either way, it's never going to be a guarantee. The reason I use Chiesa is because before the injury, he was highly touted. But Chiesa, now, we don't know how he's going to respond after the injury. Like, at the moment, he's doing well, but we don't know in the midterm how he's going to do. Diaby, again, isn't a player who's world-class right now. I think he will become world-class if he makes the right decisions.
Yeah.
So I've kind of thrown you a curveball there because they're not players as good as Salah right now. They could potentially both be on a level where you're looking and going, raw, we actually replaced Salah with two bad boys.
Yeah, do you know what? On paper, it does look like that's probably the best thing we would have to do. All right, let's keep it a buck then, innit? If FSG are not going to sell and then Liverpool had to sell Salah, I wouldn't be opposed to accepting those two players. That's how I would think, innit? It'll be a case of, we got no money, the squad needs rejuvenating, he's getting a bit older. Can we replace him with not one but two? And it has to be two because the first person is not going to be a certainty, and it's a lot of pressure for one person.
Facts.
Like, bro, Mohamed Salah's resume on Liverpool up until the beginning of last season. In fact, I'd even say last season, October, November, when he scored that amazing goal, I think, against Man City, people were saying he was the best player in the world. And people were having conversations about whether his resume can talk to Gerrard in terms of who is Liverpool's most important ever player. Let's not forget about that. Now, I'm not trying to say people agreed with it.
It was up to January.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well. So I'm not even here to try and say, people are right or wrong. It's just that these are the conversations that we were having because he was playing out of his skin, and you look at his body of work, it's so amazing. To kind of let someone of that quality go, bro, under those circumstances will be a tough one, because it's not like we're watching him and he's been dead for 2 seasons, and we can just see, yeah, he's just finished now. We're talking about a guy who's been playing in a team that's not playing well, and we're trying to do that splitting hairs thing of whether it's him, whether it's the team, whether it's something more. That's a hard thing to do, and it'll be a horrible thing to see as well, because you might not get a definitive answer. In fact, you won't actually with these owners. Yeah.
Absolute madness. Well, guys, let us know in the comments what happens next with Mo Salah. What do we do to fix this situation? Time will tell, because I don't have a damn clue. I don't have a damn clue, but I hope we fix it, and we fix it fast, because a fit and firing Salah galvanizes this team and plugs a lot of the holes that are happening at the moment. So time will tell. But let's move on to the next topic. Oh, my
Rough.
Klopp.
This is gonna be fun.
To be clear, Jurgen's my dad. This is my stepdad, but they're brethren. They get on in it.
I'm gonna pour a drink for this one. I'm actually pouring a drink for this one. I'm being dead serious.
Pimping the stress in Jurgen. Like, Jurgen's my biological dad. Pimping the stress is my stepdad, but they're brethrens in it. Like they didn't get on at first, but they're brethrens now in it. Like we all go out and play pool and all that. But at the moment, Klopp's coming out playing pool, and he keeps on getting into bar fights. Let's just be real. He keeps on getting into bar fights. We're like, why are you so angry all the time? Why do you always get us into fights? And he never has an answer for us. Liverpool right now are getting into bar fights, and we're getting our asses beat every single bar fight at the moment. What happened? Because the tactics right now. And Drift, I was watching you speak on the post-match show, and you said how well we're doing with the 4-2-3-1 before the World Cup. And then Matt, you rebutted it by saying we were doing well, but he's reverted to type now that we've got our midfielders back, which was the scary thing and the thing that we all worried about. Matt, I'm going to start with you first, because I started with Drift with regards to Salah. What the hell is Klopp doing, and what does he need to change?
He needs to accept the players at his disposal can't do the same things they used to, even though it might have only been 12 months, 6 months ago. Whether it's down to players not trusting themselves anymore, whether it's players on a decline and it's just hit them, they've hit a brick wall, Klopp needs to understand the players that he has, and I really don't think he does. Because when he's been pressed on pause, the midfield, and ask questions about, is it the midfield? He's gone, it's not the midfield, it's the team. It's the team. The team should be doing better. It's not just the midfield. Bro, we're not saying it's not the team, but look at your midfield, fam. You had the midfield. Bro, you see, this is the best way I know how to do it, people. You know how I talk in it. We're going to talk food. You see the sandwich? The sandwich had everything in there, yeah? Now the sandwich just has butter, and we're talking, it's just back of the bread. That is what that's what we are. We're just back of the bread with a bit of butter.
What bread? Because if it's harder bread, I can deal with that.
It's hot. No. It's Hovis brown bread. It's not even white. It's brown.
I prefer brown bread.
No. But brown is better for you.
What sort of butter is it? Is it soft spread, or is it cutting up the bread?
It's margarine.
No branding. We'll take it out.
It's more butter than bread now, basically. Yeah,
100%, bro. 100%.
The foil thing. You gotta heat up the knife before you put it in.
Yeah, you know what that was.
Yeah, the thing mad sturdy.
Yeah, I feel like toast still. Let me take the bite.
Thing mad sturdy, bro. But no, seriously, Klopp doesn't. It's like he's almost scared to admit, and maybe it's because he doesn't. Here's the thing: maybe he knows and doesn't want to admit in public what the issue is, because you do realize it's almost like a fighter. Carl, you'd know best, innit, in terms of for like UFC, whatever. If a fighter was to ever say in his press conference, "Yeah, what? I'll still beat you with my bad shoulder," you would just never would say that, would you? You play that poker game as long as possible until you go and get surgery.
Junior said he was going at 50% at the weekend, and
That's another story. I mean, that's him, innit? Big up Eubanks. He did. Yeah. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day.
So, but you're right though. You don't go in and tell everyone your weakness.
Yeah, you don't declare that, and I think
everyone went for
Jurgen
Stone Cold's knee, innit?
No, that's bro.
Every
The
week,
man
bro.
wore
Every
knee
week, bro.
braces, and he even got
Every
knee
week.
braces where like he had the proper one where the proper knee pad, yeah, and
He
then
had the
knee.
RoboCop knee brace.
Bro,
man.
he had everything, but
He
no,
had to
but
oil it and that, bro.
to answer your question, Klopp needs to actually go 4-2-3-1. Let me play the players that actually suit what I want to do. This high line thing. Okay, we're a little bit low on confidence. John Matip not playing the same. Ibu's the only one that can really take charge.
Don't go too far. Go on.
Yeah, can kind of take charge. So therefore, I'm gonna, make us concede a bit of pitch. Do you know what I mean? Take away a bit of my arrogance, thinking that we can always squeeze the pitch because we got the players that can do it. Well, you don't right now. So just let that one go and drop a bit. I just feel like a lot of it comes from, dare I say it, a bit Wenger-ishy kind of tactics of being a bit naive and thinking, the players that I have can still do. I don't think he's lost a dressing room. I just genuinely think the players can't carry out what he wants to do. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho are two prime examples of two. Oh, all right, cool.
This one's for drift now. This
I'll
one's
stop
for
there.
drift. You teed me up nicely though.
All right, cool.
I never thought I'd say this. Pep Linders has been criticised for changing the style of Liverpool Football Club or the way we play. I'm saying this in hindsight and what I'm seeing at the moment. Could it be that Pep Linders said to Klopp, look, we can't play how you want us to play this set of players. We have to change the style. And if that's the case, yeah, it might not be working, but neither is Klopp's quote-unquote style either. If that's the case, was Pep Linders actually onto something, Drift?
Okay, are we going under the assumption that when we went to 40,
He's like, this brother asked me this question? Is it?
No, we
bro.
are we going under the assumption that 4-2-3-1 was Linda's idea then? Yeah.
No, I'm going under the assumption that Pep Linders has gone, Klopp, we can't play heavy metal football because we've not refreshed the midfield. We've got to go to more of a possession based and less of this chasing around the pitch because you're burning the players out. We've got to now move Salah and make him a bit more creative. And the new player we've got in Nunes, who has got pace and energy to burn, use him to do that because the rest of the players can't anymore.
Possibly. It could possibly. I know you lot think that we go a bit ham on Pep, but I've heard a lot.
We do.
No. All right. They think we go hard on Pep unnecessarily then.
Okay.
They think we do. But I've heard a lot of, I wouldn't even call it rumors because some of the things are from like reputable sources.
Jamie
Carragher. That Pep Linders has a massive influence on the tactics and the playing style of the team. And that is why we drag him into it. Not because we're trying to deflect away from Klopp. But if Klopp has given his lieutenant a lot of if he's given him a lot of control and he trusts in him, and then we're playing the way he wants us to play, you can blame Klopp for letting him do that. Fact, 100%. There's nobody else to blame but Klopp for letting Pep do it. But what isn't working, we still have to call Pep. And it happened to a lot of managers back in the day. Ferguson, for example, there were loads of times when he realized his number two's tactics weren't really quite working, but he would change. And that's the difference. He would get, sometimes it was forced on him. I think Brian Kidd wanted to go Man City. Carlos Queiroz wanted to go and actually be a manager. Kidd wanted to go and be a manager. Like McLaren wanted to go be a manager. So sometimes it was forced on him, but like he would keep changing his number twos. Do you get what I'm saying?
Drift, I'm going to hit you with a curveball here. Don't take it personally. But in the same way we criticize FSG because they're at the top. So if the things are going bad, you look at the person at the top. If the tactics are going bad, even though it's Pep Linders, does Klopp not still need to get that same energy? Is it not fall at his feet ultimately, because he's the one at the end of the day who gets the tactics board and signs it off and says, yes, I'm happy with this. Let's go with it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, it's Klopp's fault for letting Pep do it. So you do have to give Klopp smoke, 100%. He's not immune to any of it.
Effectively get all the smoke drift.
No, not all the smoke, because the reason why I will give him a bit of a bly, and I will put it down to more Pep is the one with them every single day in training, right?
So Klopp,
because
bro.
he is
Sorry
the
to keep on
coach.
cutting you, but I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. No. But obviously he is like head coach or whatever. So like it's more of him than Klopp for like keeping an eye on players and tactics and all that kind of stuff. Klopp's still there though. Again, I'm not shanking blame from him. So when you look at the scenario, if Klopp knows the players can't do what he wants to do and how he wants to have it tactically set up, he's trusting in Pep, who's with them 24 hours a day, to go, I think this is probably it, Klopp. And he's probably not able to go back to what he wants to do because he doesn't have the personnel. So he's almost stuck between a rock and a hard place of, well, Pep's tactics ain't working. The personnel we've got, my tactics won't work. What do we actually do? And that's why we keep like flexing all over the place in what are we actually doing. And that's why I keep on saying to everybody that I know people think I'm protecting Klopp, but if the personnel was what Klopp wanted because he was backed and the recruitment had always been on point.
Too far, you're going too far. You're going too far. So, Robert.
Man wants to have his say, you know. Robert wants to have his say.
Doing up a madness on the conservatory door. I thought there was police at the yard, bro. Just looking at me smiling, just smashing the conservatory door, bro.
He was showing pure intensity.
Matt, I'm going to come back to you on this now, because Drifted start speaking about personnel, and obviously we know what FSG are.
Yeah,
I could think of another acronym for what their abbreviation stands for, but I won't. But we have to look at the personnel Klopp's got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Favorites and favoritism. You guys said it both towards the end of the post-match on the Chelsea stream. No matter what happens, Jones and Elliott seem to get a bly. Elliott seems to be the project kid who can do no wrong, to quote Drifty.
Elliott's the project. Elliott's the project, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Matt, I think to quote you, no matter what Naby does, he knows Klopp just don't rate him. Klopp just don't rate him like that. So what's the point?
Yep.
I mean, if you've we've all been in situations in life where you've seen favoritism and you're not the favorite, and it buns, isn't it? Like, there's no two ways about it. Because, and not even from I want to go and cry about this, or I want to, but it's just like, wow, no matter what I do, that person over there is always going to get the favoritism treatment. They're going to get like the bigger piece of the pie, figuratively and metaphorically. Has Klopp set a rod for his own back where it's like, you look at Salah's form right now, and again, we ain't really got much attackers, so he can kind of get away with continuing to play Salah. But Carvalho is an example. Carvalho scoring winning goals and goals, dropped. Nat Phillips, every time he's played, has been good, dropped. Kelleher told he's not going to be cup goalkeeper anymore. Like Calvin Ramsey. No, he played in one game. I'm almost certain he won't play against Brighton. But
when do you want me to start cooking? Just let me know, bro. Just let me know.
Calvin Ramsey played for the under 23s or under 21s yesterday. Ain't seen more than what an out. So maybe 97, 98 minutes of pitch time since he's been here,
bro.
Simicast was in form when Robbo was injured. As soon as Robbo came back, dropped. Who else have we seen it happen to? Bloody Minamino and Origi. Like, you think of all the chances that Nunes has got this season. I'm not talking about in front of goal. I'm talking about in terms of playing time. You ask yourself, where was all this for Origi? We saw this with Jota. Jota literally had to claw his way into that team. Klopp changed tactics against Manchester City and went 4-2-3-1 to accommodate Firmino. Shaqiri couldn't get a look in. Is this favoritism of Klopp not only hurting us now, but hurt us in the future? Milner getting a new contract. It ain't good. It's not pretty. Matt, Your thoughts, bro?
I'll be honest. It's not when Jurgen Klopp is cooking. It's very hard to kind of go against anything that he does. Very hard. You can always nitpick, but it's very, very hard. But there's always this one thing that we've said for many years now is that even when we were winning, we've always kind of said like, "Oh, we're winning, yeah, but Klopp has to be careful because he just loves playing his favorites and they're going to burn out one day and it will all just unravel." Now, I'm not saying that's the reason why I'm unraveling today, but it's still a problem. We can't ignore the fact that Klopp does have his favorites. But here's one thing I will say. Every manager, so to speak, will have their favorites. Kinda. Always managers do. For example, you look at Arsenal, even this season. I've used them as a prime example. I could pick that Arsenal team every single. Arteta will pick that team every single week, and I can tell you the same team that's going to play every single week.
Sorry to cut you, though, Matt. With Arsenal and Arteta, though, going into the season, he only really had an 11. We don't just have an 11. We've got more squad depth than they have.
No,
now.
I hear you. But what I was going to say is it can still do wonders. It's just about longevity. But this is where I was going to flip it now. Say Arteta's doing his thing, and I think it's actually working for them. They're not playing in Champions League, and so they can do that, right? We're playing in Champions League. Well, as things stand right now, you look at Man United, and especially Man City is a prime example. One thing I do love about Pep Guardiola, and that's what I will say. I will say it again. Love about Pep Guardiola is that he's not scared to rotate. This brother is not scared to say KDB. You need to sit your ass down, fam. I don't listen. I don't care if you're the best midfielder in the world, you're sitting down because I want you to sit down. Sometimes I feel like Jurgen Klopp just doesn't want to do that. And I'm not trying to say that makes him a less of a manager. It's just that it's a trait that I think kind of hinders Liverpool. Like, no, Pep always put no, fact. I forgot about
that. But if you go on Twitter, after Pep puts out a team sheet, it's FPL's in the mud. Every time Aguero got dropped over the last couple of years, I'm done. I captained Aguero, I triple captained Aguero. He's not even on the bench, or he's on the bench.
Yeah.
Like, but isn't that the beauty of what management is, though? Because
this is what I'm saying. You should.
Guardiola's the only one who don't have favorites. I think he's the only manager in world football that doesn't have favorites.
What I was gonna say is no. I think he has favorites because you're always gonna have favorites because you're always gonna have players that you feel like you can rely on. They're like your soldiers on the pitch in a sense of they carry out your instructions to a T. But the difference is, though, I still feel like he can detach and go, "You may be my guy, yeah, but you're not playing well today. You ain't been playing well. I brought you in for a reason. You go and play." Whereas Klopp, let me give an example. You see VVD last season. VVD come back off a bad injury, yeah. But because VVD has so much credit in the bank, almost unlimited credit, Klopp's gone. It don't even matter if he's not even playing that great. He's still my guy. He'll turn it around. Now, VVD didn't have a bad season last season. It's just that we could see there were little signs. We were like, just got to get up to speed.
I actually think Virgil had a great season.
No. I think he had a good season because I think, remember when I said like he's not going to get better to the back? Remember when I kept on pushing the start date back? I was like November, then December, then it was January.
Back off of a career.
No, but it's to be expected.
No, that's what Matt was saying.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, so we've got to give the man time.
First you said November, then you're like, nah, December.
Yeah,
then you're like January.
Do you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, just to end this conversation off here, or end this point off here, he has his favorites, and I do think it hinders us at times, and we've seen it, and that's why I also feel like as well, players get unhappy, players, even though he might feel like he's not doing them a disservice because he might not want to sell them, deep down they want to go. Lovren wanted to go, but he persuaded him. Shaqiri, I believe, wanted to go before, persuaded him. Origi wanted to go, persuaded him. He even got Origi to sign a new deal at one point. A deal that no one even knew about. You ask every journalist, no one knows how long the deal is. If he plays this many games, we can activate. No one, and that's the thing. I feel like it holds him back. That's one of the traits, in my opinion, that holds him back sometimes.
Agreed. Drift. Last point about Jurgen Klopp. You guys were talking about tactics, and Drift, you said his tactics aren't great, but you don't think they're the absolute worst. But what you do think is the personnel. But do you think Klopp is playing square pegs in round holes and he's come back to bite him? And if so, why is he doing it?
Occasionally he does, yeah. Klopp loves flexibility in players. I wouldn't necessarily say square pegs in round holes, but he does play players in position sometimes. I think Elliot is a square peg getting put in round holes. Playing Gakpo up front is a bit weird, but we don't really have anyone. He does occasionally put square pegs in round holes, but I just think the personnel at the moment just isn't quite up to par. And again, this is the thing. People are going to say this as excuses. I know injuries happen to everybody. They do. But I truly believe, and I know maybe call me delusional in it. If I'm being delusional, it is what it is. I truly believe if Diaz never gets that injury, fuck Arsenal, especially Partey. If Jota is fit for the majority, if not all of the season, I do believe we would have won a lot more games. Like, it really sounds basic to go, hold on a minute, what are you just going to say? Like 2 players missing? The unpredictability of Diaz and the fact that he makes that side of the pitch so scary, it frees up room for Mo as well. Because is it a coincidence that Mo was doing well in terms of like his numbers when Diaz was playing?
Let me cut you, Drew. Can you say that about Chelsea or any other team though in the world when they lose? Like we ridiculed Arsenal last season, but let's not make no bones about it. Towards the end of the season, they got riddled with injuries, like Partey and all, a couple man. We didn't really care about.
I mean, it was only Partey, but yeah.
No, it wasn't, bro. It was more than that. It was actually more than that. But there's a different, like those players being injured, they stop you winning the league, innit? They don't make you go 9th in the table. And let's be honest, we're kind of lucky to be 9th at the moment as well. So
I disagree, you know, Cal. Like, and I'll tell you why. For an example,
you're lucky.
Look at a game that he got injured in, that Diaz got injured in. We're the better team in that game. Arsenal don't win that match if he doesn't get that injury, in my opinion.
We're the better team in the first half. Second half,
they were better.
He got injured in the first half, though. Diaz got injured in the first half of that game.
But we still were better than Arsenal in the first. In the whole of the first half, we're still better. The second half, we were both up and down.
But I don't believe they win that game if Diaz doesn't get that injury. And then I also believe that there's certain games, if Jota was playing especially, Trent was injured in that game as well. You're right.
Oh, yeah, Trent.
If Jota was playing, I can see a lot of games that we've had this year where we would have probably won the game. And I'm actually basing this off of like times when we have won the games because Jota's been playing. And I know other seasons are different, but look when AFCON happened and Mane and Salah both went to AFCON. Jota carried us through that period.
I'm not disagreeing with that, Drift, but as you said, injuries are injuries. It's impossible to go through a season and not pick up injuries. We've picked up injuries in the past, though, and we've still done what we had to do. But we
haven't, you know, Cal. This is what's mad, bro. The season we won the league, bro, no injuries. We just got Champions League at the end. At the end,
true. We did get injuries that season. It's not true.
No, but not proper, not prolonged big injuries.
No, we did.
Who got injured that year?
We just covered it better. The season we won the league. Alisson got injured for a lot of that season. For a start.
Oh, right at the beginning. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Alisson.
But who else though? There wasn't really any big injuries.
Last season?
Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez got a bad injury that season.
But thankfully, during that time, Matip was able to cover, and Lovren was still there. And Lovren covered. That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
He was able to. He used the squad, and he was able to manipulate tactics. Fabinho went down in I think it was December. Remember, Fabinho went down while we were like top of the league, and everyone was like, "Rah, if we get through this period without Fabinho, we've won the league." But Henderson turned into a monster in the number 6 position. Turned into a monster.
All right, fair enough. You're reminding me of a few things that I forgot. But what I mean, all right, but we were getting injuries every now and again, and they weren't all in the same position, so to speak, if you get what I mean. The year we were bad, all our defenders were out. Like, it was all in the same position, and it was very difficult to like deal with it. And this year, what's mad is all our left-sided players have been injured. We had to buy Gakpo because all our left-sided players are injured. So it always seems to be like one area when we get these bad injuries.
We chose to buy Gakpo, and
I think Carl, who the hell plays in that game at the weekend if we hadn't signed Gakpo, bro? Who would have played in that game, bro?
Carvalho at stretch, but bro, this is my point though.
Carvalho and Salah and Elliott as a front three, bro.
No, but you
That's
don't have-
terrible, bro.
No, it's not. No, I'm not saying it's great, Drift, but you got a man there who you went out and bought. You bought Carvalho, and you don't play with a 10. Where else is Carvalho playing? Because you don't trust him as an 8. His position in Klopp's mind is
Carvalho. The Carvalho thing annoys me so much.
But here's the wickedest thing, guys. At 19 years old, I don't necessarily think Carvalho not playing is a big deal in terms of it might just be what the plan always was, and maybe Carvalho played because Klopp was forced to.
Jones
He's only 19.
He's played Jones on the left wing. Ox has played on the left wing.
Yeah,
Think
all
about
these
it.
players
I'm
aren't
going
good
to
left
wrap.
wingers, though.
No, I hear you out. Hear me out, though, Drift. Currently at the club right now, these are all the players that could play left wing to a decent level, decent standard. Diaz, obviously, Jota, Nunes, Gakpo, Carvalho, Ox. 6 players.
That's a lot of players.
But I disagree that any of those can play the way Klopp wants to play, Cal. So
Name
for
me
another
one-
team, they
name
might
me-
be all right on the
apart
left
from
wing.
Salah, name me one decent player that can play on the right or play in his position.
Oh, we
Name
don't
me
have
one.
any. We don't have
Exactly. Name me in midfield now. I don't want to go to the midfield, but the midfield we know smells like you left your PE kit in the bag for a week. Yeah. Why don't we go out and get a centre midfielder? And this is not an attack on Gakpo for anyone says anything, but we were targeting Gakpo for the summer. We moved the deal forward because another team were trying to get him. So
which makes sense.
So he was in the plan. It wasn't like it just was regardless of what happened to Diaz and Jota this season, we were going to get Gakpo. So it's like, once again, is the planning bad? Because if Klopp's not seeing what we see in the midfield, then something's up, right? And if he's playing players like Elliott right wing, Elliott left wing, like never in my life do I think I'd see Elliott play left wing. What doing that?
Elliott left wing. Oh my god.
Doing that Ryan Giggs
with his burners. Man, Elliott shifting the ball with his
I
burners.
don't think Elliott played bad in the first half though.
Milner playing right back, like
Bruv, Elliott should never be playing left wing, fam.
What
It's
we
like
doing
putting
there?
Salah
No, he
left
shouldn't
wing.
be. He shouldn't be.
Even
But you do have to look at the situation, guys, and again, it ain't excuses. I'm just looking at what's going on. Our best statistical forward is now injured and has been since the World Cup. And that is a shame because Bobby was playing brilliantly. He was probably our best player, arguably, in the beginning of the thing. Statistically, coming up with winners, playing well. Even the way he plays, we know the way he occupies people is intelligence. Losing Bobby is huge. I don't think people have actually been really deep in how big of a deal since we've restarted after the World Cup. No, Bobby has been. It has been a massive blow to the team. No Jota to come up with them winning goals. No Diaz to have the unpredictability.
Bobby's injury prone. So who's his backup? Where's the plan?
No, I know he's injury prone, Cal, but he didn't get injured in the first half of the season, and he was playing brilliantly well. And what I'm saying is now him not being there, I think people are underestimating how big of a deal that is to the team. Because deepness, if Bobby was fully fit, do you know what the weekend would have been against Chelsea? Gakpo on the left wing, Bobby false 9. Bobby false 9 facilitates Gakpo and Salah. We could win that game because Bobby would picking up space, it'd be intelligent, and it'd be allowing others to play off him. Soon as Bobby's out the team, we don't have that anymore. And Bobby was coming up with winners, guys. You lot know this already, self-explanatory. What's he got, 8 goals or something? He was coming up with winning goals. He was scoring the first goal, important goals.
He played Elliott left wing, brother.
Yeah, but he could have played Gakpo left wing if Firmino was fit, Cal. This is what I'm saying. Like, Klopp does have reasons why. I don't know why he's doing what he's doing.
Cal, to Drift's point, he's also... Sorry, Drift, just as even... And correct me if I'm wrong, Drift. To add to Drift's point, you're saying where it was like the back, because remember, Bobby's injury prone. But yeah, then the next person in line, let's say it was Jota, he's injured. So imagine all the strikers that we have at the club.
Bobby towards him getting injured. Playing 10.
He was still playing full 9.
Gakpo could play 10.
No, Nunes was playing. Nunes was playing ahead of Bobby.
That's
what we try to see the best out of Nunes as well.
But my whole point is that the strikers that we have at the club, and what Drift's trying to say is that they just weren't available. So Bobby Firmino was injured. Jota is injured. Nunes obviously was just coming off the back of a hamstring. Like, what else could you? Even though I agree, Elliott on the left wing is one of the worst decisions that Klopp has made from a tactical point of view. In my opinion, it just doesn't make any sense. Like he just doesn't.
But you know why he
like,
played him? Because he was
Yeah,
man
go
in a match against Wolves. So he
Yeah.
wanted his informed player on the pitch, which I
Yeah.
kind of get. It's
was
just
man of the
weird he
match.
put him on the left wing.
He was man of the match in the right wing position.
But he's not gonna play. But he's not gonna play Mo
No, we know
up
this.
front because we know Mo up front don't work. Mo up front doesn't.
All
work.
right, but I agree with you, Drift. But if I said to you, would you rather play Elliot left wing or Mo through the middle?
I'd rather
what
play
you
Mo
do?
through the middle.
I want to play Mo for the middle.
Yeah, I'd rather play Mo through the
It just makes sense, innit? It's
Elliot
common sense.
left wing is
But
like.
I think he knew that Mo through the middle. Because we got to think Klopp's also thinking smart enough to look at the opposition. Thiago Silva and that new guy they've got, who are both strong, pacey defenders. Salah wouldn't have got a sniff. So maybe he's thinking, I want the strength of Gakpo to be up front. Do you know what I mean? Like, and somebody who's more suited to play in up front.
Not even to be rude. Not even to be rude to him. And we've all watched Gakpo play.
I know what you're gonna say. Yo,
No,
really,
and again, I'm not even being shady when I say.
I know what
this.
you're gonna say. You know,
I'm being deadly serious. I'm being serious for a minute here, and I'm sure you guys won't disagree with this. Gakpo may look he's tall, isn't he? He's 6'4".
I knew where you was
He's
going.
not physical though. Let's be real, guys. He's not physical.
He's not physical, but one thing he was doing though, and it was
I
working,
think
and it
he's
wasn't.
physical. Not super
he's not-
physical, but I
he's not-
think
He's not
physical.
aggressive.
He can handle himself.
He
can
can't.
handle
He's
himself.
not
not
physical.
aggressive.
Drift.
No,
I would say-
he can handle himself.
Drift. One thing I'll say about Gakpo
Is
that he
Nunes
ain't-
physical?
Oh, 100%. That's
Nunes
night
is
and day.
Nunes is over physical.
All right, but that's my point.
That's
Just
comparing
because-
a custard cream to a bourbon, fam. Like, they're two different things, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Just because Gakpo's tall
Now, to
doesn't
be
make
fair,
him-
you take the top off with both of them and then eat the middle bit.
Yeah, but one's chocolate. Yeah, but one's the chocolate. One's the, you know what I mean? It's different. No. But I get what Cal's saying. Cal's right.
Sorry to cut you, Matt. Again, if
yeah.
anything, Salah's more physical than Gakpo.
Yeah, he probably is, Drift. I'm gonna be honest.
Not as a striker though. Not
Drift,
as a striker.
see Gakpo.
He's Salah pin man, bro.
Drift. You see, one thing I say
I
about
think Salah down the middle's a waste of time.
Drift. No, it is.
Personnel.
One thing I will say to give Gakpo his flowers is that when he plays through the middle, he plays it very differently. What he does is what he's doing for Holland. He does the false nine thing and drops into space. Because I noticed when Liverpool were trying to play it long, bro, I'm not going to lie to you, he just couldn't really do nothing. But what he is good at, if you play ball into feet, a bit like Bobby, he can take care of it because he's got good feet. He's different. He's not. He's you know,
he doesn't really lose possession, you know, Gakpo. He actually doesn't really lose possession.
If you play him on the left and he's playing well,
I think his shooting is the only thing he's doing poorly at the moment. I think everything else is.
Do you know what's so crazy? And Kyle's going to remember this.
I think he's going to be transition to a number 8. I don't think Gakpo is going to.
No, to an 8.
It's my wild take. I don't think he's fast enough and is aggressive enough to play as a winger for Jurgen Klopp. I think he'll move into midfield.
Oh, he is. He's quicker than Jota, Cal, and Jota plays left wing for us.
He's not as
You
aggressive.
know what? I'll be
No,
honest,
Gakpo's quicker than Jota, Matt. What, you think
debate.
Jota's quicker than Gakpo?
He's not as aggressive.
There's
There's
I'm
a
not
difference
sure.
between being fast and aggressive with it, bro.
I'm not.
Yeah, Jota's more
not sure.
aggressive than Gakpo, but Gakpo's quicker than Jota.
And he's
I'm
more
not
direct.
sure.
That Gakpo to me doesn't see direct right now.
You know what?
I don't even mind
I can
Gakpo
see-
playing
I can
number
see
8
Gakpo-
if we've
I can
got
see
2 other
Gakpo
top
becoming
guns with
midfielder.
him. If we say we got Caicedo and
I think
Koné,
John might be quicker. He got better acceleration, you know.
and then we played and we had a rotation, and we had and there were games when Gakpo played like an advanced 8 role, like Genie did sometimes. I don't even think it'd be the worst thing in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
but he's
I
not
genuinely
midfield.
wouldn't be surprised if we saw him playing in midfield 3.
He
Not necessarily as a
Or number
Starter,
10, Cal,
but
in
I
a
think it's-
4-2-3-1.
But
Imagine a 4-2-3-1 of Gakpo playing behind Nunes with Diaz and Salah either side. That's a wonderful front four.
No, it
That
is.
is a
You're
wonderful
doing
front
that
four.
dreams again, bro. I got caught up in the
That
dreams
is a
when I saw-
dreamy front four. I'm not even
No,
gonna
but
lie. That's
no,
a
no.
dreamy
Do you know when I say
front
dreams?
four,
It's
bro.
because
Dreaming.
Klopp sold us that dream when he done the 4-2-3. When everyone was like, "I told you, we knew he was gonna do it," and then he just went back to 4-3-3, bro. The thing is, like I said before, and it goes back to my original thing that I said. I don't know how many minutes ago I said this now, probably like half an hour ago. Klopp needs to understand the players he has at his disposal. We can all see as Liverpool fans, we feel like, and we could be wrong by the way, but we just feel like 4-2-3-1 will be better for the players that we have at our disposal right now. 100%. So we'll be more defensively stable with 2 sitters, and then when we go in the counter, you can counter with the 10, the 2 wingers, and the centre forward. That centre forward would have to be Nunes because he's the only one that can just create something out of nothing, whether it's him just being a madman, him being in the right place, right time, making direct runs, putting the opponent on the back foot, maybe taking attention away from Salah as well. But yeah, the whole thing of Klopp doing 4-3-3 with players trying to shoehorn players into a format. Like, for example, you played 4-3-3 and you said to yourself, I'm going to play Harvey Elliott left wing. I mean, bro, what are we doing there? What are we doing there? Everyone could have told you start the season that's a stinker.
Guys, what about this even, guys?
I think people forget that Klopp has a habit of changing players' positions. You know, like Lallana wasn't the number 8 when
he
Klopp
does
played.
do that a lot.
No, I know that.
Wijnaldum wasn't. Milner weren't a left back. Like,
but you know what?
They used to be like hipster.
But they had
like, goalkeepers and centre backs, Carl. I think they're the only players that Klopp doesn't change into something else.
But they at least had traits, though. Someone said to you,
I see more
Dini can done it.
Sorry, another thing, Matt.
Yeah.
What did Linda say about Gakpo?
He's the missing link.
He's the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You don't buy the missing pieces of the puzzle to not be in the puzzle, bro.
No, I know. But so you think what? So what you think?
I'll be honest,
if he's gonna be number 8, I'm done.
Guys, can I ask you a little question? Yeah,
I'm done.
What about 4-4-2? Do you remember when we was playing? And hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Don't rush me.
We will get rushed. We would get rushed.
No, hear me, guys.
Liverpool
4-4-2. Yeah. Trent is the right midfielder in the 4 midfield.
Oh no, we're doing that stuff again,
brother.
But we're doing what again?
Well, what we're trying to do is compensate.
Mo Salah playing off of Nunes. No, hear me out. Mo Salah playing off Nunes as a 2 up front. Yeah, 4-4-2.
Exposed.
How will we get exposed if Trent is in midfield? Then that means that he's
no. Cal, wait. 1 second, bro.
It would either be you give Ramsey a chance.
Who's playing centre mid?
Or you.
Where's the athleticism in centre midfield? Because remember, it's 2 man. It's not 3 man.
Me personally, I would play Thiago and Bajcetic. Because if you've got a 4 midfield, then I think you can ask the midfielders to tuck in when you're defending, and then you've got a little bit more legs around them.
If you go 4-4-2,
hold on. Who's creating? Who's left wing? Who's playing left midfield? It's not left wing anymore.
Left midfield would be Gakpo. So I'll play Trent and Gakpo left and right midfield. So when we're attacking, so we say, bro,
where's the creativity coming from?
From the width. Gakpo and Trent are more than capable of creating. They're more than capable of creating.
Bro, it's going to be cross city, bro.
Yeah, but we've got Nunes up front. That's fine.
Nah, bro.
He's a human being, bro. He's not LeBron James.
That's fine.
He can't dunk everything Kobe throws him, bro. He's a human being.
Yeah, but if you take away Trent's defensive responsibilities and he's a right midfielder where he is going to defend, but he can make those 4 runs and doesn't have to worry so much about running back, his creativity would actually probably unlock a lot of teams when they're doing the low block. Because remember, width is what you do to get round the low block, right?
So hold on, who's playing right mid?
Trent.
And who's playing up front?
Right back would actually be you give Ramsey a chance, or you actually play Gomez at right back and you put Nat Phillips at centre back.
And then who's up front?
Or Matip and Konate. If Matip and Ibu were playing at centre back, he played Joey at right back for a bit of pace and extra defensive solidity. What would be wrong with Joey and Trent doing up right side of the pitch?
Do you know what?
Who's playing up top? Matt asked the question. Who's playing up top?
I'll play Salah off Nunes. I'd actually play a 4. There'll be a 2. There'll be a front Bobby. 2, but Salah would. Even Bobby off of Nunes then. If you want to bench Salah, run it. If you want to do that, do it, bro. If you want to do it, do it then.
Let's be realistic. Let's just call it a 4-2-3-1. Bobby just drops to the 10. Bob, you know what it is? All jokes aside,
no, because 4-2-3-1 would mean Trent is more advanced, Matt. That's why I'm saying an actual 4-4-2.
No, it doesn't.
The opposite. When we're playing 4-2-3-1, bruv, Trent was never getting caught out of position as much.
Because he wasn't having.
No, but he was right back in that formation, though.
But that's what I'm saying, because he wasn't having to go so high up the pitch to try and create. So we could stay more defensively sturdy because you're looking at the players in front of him saying, instead of just being 2 players you can create, There's 3 up there now, so I don't really need to go up too often now. I can actually be that secret weapon. Whereas right now, Trent's basically walking out saying, "All right, guys, I've got the gun in my hand. I'm about to shoot in 1, 2, 3."
Hold on a minute. So, guys,
someone's rugby tackled you, and the other person's
just bear with me then. Just bear with me. So I'm going Ali, I'm going Gomez, Matip, Ibu, Robbo. I'm going Gakpo, Basetic, Thiago, Trent, and then I'm going Bobby playing behind Nunes or Salah if Bobby's not fit. Are you not telling me that can't work?
I don't know what it sounds weird. I know we lack fluidity.
People in the chat, let me know.
There's no connector. That's why you have to play 4-2-3 because there's no connector. Yeah, I'd rather play 3 at the back. You know, I'll be honest with you.
I'd rather play 3 at the back.
Either 3-5-2.
I mean, I'm not even opposed. But 3 at the back's a bit of a risk now.
Because man won World Cup and all that. Man's all right with 3 at the back now. Yeah.
Because guys. Remember, I said to you, I don't have 3 at the back.
Teams that are weak.
Yeah, but we are weak. We have to accept who we are, isn't it?
When you say 3 at the back, this is how Jiffy's face when you say 3 at the back. Oh, 3.
But you know what? With Virgil being injured, 3 at the back means all 3 of our defenders are playing, and then we get an injury. It's a little bit techie, isn't it?
It's a bit of a risk. Don't get twisted. But I think it's the most sturdy because you could just do the whole Nat Phillips, Ibu, and Matip or Gomez, so to speak, and then you go the 4 across midfield. That's where you can do your Trent and your Robbo. I'm
telling you, my team
left
would
mid and
right
letting
goals.
Then
my 4-4-2 team would not letting
Mark
goals.
A said you'd relegate us, bro.
Mark A's just upset because he's not doing well in fantasy football. But anyway, I'm telling you, we would be more defensive. We would have more defensive solidity with my formation, and we would still be able to create and score.
All right,
goals.
Jiv, just quickly, just ask me a question. All right, Gomez, Matip, Ibu, back 3 across the 4 in midfield. Robbo, Basetic, Thiago, Trent. And then the 3 up front, Salah, Nunes, and Gakpo. And when I say
no issue with that,
and when I say the 3 at the front,
I have no issue with that whatsoever. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That actually does sound kind of sexy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling.
But for some
all I asked you lot to do was bear with me, though. I didn't say it was gospel.
No, you're right.
I just said bear with me. But why don't we flex between the 2 then? Because we need to be unpredictable. Because what we're doing right now, everybody knows what we're going to do.
Do you want me to wipe the smile if your lot's faces? You know we're never going to play this formation, right?
Yeah, of course we're not going to. Of course
we're just dreaming again. It pisses me off that our club.
But no, I'm not going to lie, Matt. That was absolutely sexy. I actually
like what you just said. It could work.
It could work. That could 100% work. That could 100% work.
But we're just going to play highline football with players that are clearly feeling the strain.
Ain't fast anymore. Boys, let's move.
Who's in the middle of that middle 3? Matip. Who's in the middle of the back 3? Matip.
And then Ibu or Gomez. Either side of it. Pace beside Matip. Bro, that you know what it could work. Trent and Robbo can do. Remember, when we defend, we're gonna cheat. We go to a back 5. Trent and Robbo go to the wing backs. Yeah. Then even the one in the 3 can drop back. Bro, that's a multifunctional formation, bro.
You can always leave 2 up top for the counter.
Because when you defend, you can defend in a 5-3-2, so you don't even get outnumbered.
Tell him again, Matic.
Bro, I have to bring it back. Maybe we might start with it again. Who knows? Klopp might look at some stuff. And Linders. Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Man's going straight out the bottle, you know.
I can't take this anymore. I'm just broken, fam.
Oh, man's got the bottle.
I can't involve in it. What's the point, bro? Man said Kelleher and Phillips.
No, well, the rumor is Reece Williams has been brought back from loan because the club are open to loaning or selling Nat Phillips this month. And there are rumors, although early, that teams are starting to circle for Kelleher as early as this month. Now, I'll be honest.
Pour that drink.
I both think we're gonna. I think we're gonna lose both players, unfortunately. What do you think the main reason for us losing both players will be? Matt, I'll start with you.
I'll just make it quick. Pause. Kelleher, if we lose him because Klopp didn't, I guess, stick to his promises maybe from last season when he said they're playing with the cup, then change his mind this season because we're not playing very well. He kind of wants to double down on the goalkeeper. He feels like he's the best. I think he shouldn't have done that. I know he went against his word, so to speak, the other day and played Kelleher. Kelleher done very well. And I'll say this as well. I hate, you know me, people. When I feel like I'm in the wrong, I'll come out and say it. I think, Cal, you might have had a point when you said Kelleher is actually better with the ball at his feet than Alisson. I can't have in front. There was a game the other day when I saw Alisson.
Everyone
doing
thinks
the
I
maddest.
No.
And Kelleher was just stone cold composed. But
it's the FA Cup game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
And
everyone thinks I say stuff for giggles, bro.
And I'll say something else as well. Listen, I know everyone's gonna have a go at me again. The whole Nat Phillips thing, because even though I feel like he's kind of ran his course, so to speak, and he done well at the time, I've always kind of said, moving more red to tear. But I look at it now and think, there's been times when, for example, Joe Gomez hasn't played well at centre back, and I think every time Nat Phillips even asked to step onto the pitch for half an hour, he never lets you down, like ever. And if he does let you down, it's through rustiness, not because he's not good enough. So if we lose both of these players, I have to be honest, that's Klopp not giving them enough game time and I'm probably not giving them enough of a chance. I know the goalkeeper's probably the harder one because it's very rare you rotate your goalkeeper. Let's keep it a buck. Normally you have a setback for and a goalkeeper. But you see, like with Nat Phillips, I'm going to be honest, I was quite surprised even seeing Joe Gomez pick up the amount of games he's been playing. And especially when he got dunked on by flipping Welbeck here, I thought Nat Phillips might have a chance here. And I think in the next game he went with Joey again, obviously for the Chelsea game. I think Nat Phillips, if I'm being honest, deserves a chance with Kanate at centre back, and then maybe moving Joe Gomez to right back just to see if that can work from a defensive point of view. So it comes down to Klopp, bro. I have to keep it a buck. It does. And I hope he plays Kelleher in the FA Cup game against Brighton. I really do. And he doesn't play Alisson.
Can I keep it 100% buck with you, lot? If we sell Nat Phillips in this January transfer window, you know that's because those pussy boys at the top are trying to get back some of that money we spent on Gakpo, right?
It's not true.
Man, the maths is mathing, Cal.
I said we got bills
Why
to pay,
on
bro.
earth would we get rid of Phillips mid?
Because Phillips wants to play. Because Phillips wants to play, and the club have actively
When
been
the
trying to sell
players
him.
get what they want at under FSG, Cal.
Sorry, what?
Well, under FSG, when the players get what they want, they're either told to shut up or they.
I mean, how many new contracts have we been giving out? The players kind of seem to get what they want, bro.
No, but they're players that we need to keep. That's not because they're getting what they want.
I mean, Milner's getting what he wants. Hendo's getting what he wants. Fabinho got a new contract. Ali got a new contract. Robbo
because they were players that we know we should have kept and are part of our main team. Not because they're getting what they want.
But all right, so let me ask you a question then, Drift. Do you think Nat Phillips wants to sit on Liverpool's bench and be fifth choice?
No, I don't.
All right, so
I also believe that if you tell him that he's got to stay to the end of the season because we need him, there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, but when's Klopp ever been a man to do that?
Well, he done it with Lovren. He's done it with Mane. No, he asked people to stay if he knows he needs them. Exactly. He does.
He asks them to stay. When they say no, he says, "Okay, I'll move you on."
Yeah, but we don't know if there's been conversations like that with him.
Guardiola does the exact same thing.
Look, I'm telling you, man.
Most managers do, bro. If a player comes to them and goes, "I don't even," bro, Nat Phillips has been sitting on the bench.
It is, Carl. Can I be honest? I know what you're saying. I know. So it's cut you. I know what you're saying.
It's 100% to get money back in because we spent money.
There's been
it's happened way too many times.
One thing I will say is there's been a lot of creditable reports over the last couple of days that actually have said Liverpool wouldn't be against selling Kelleher and Thingy to raise money for this window. Remember, we're still looking for investment. I'm just saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is definitively right, but what we can't ignore is that we always have to balance the book somewhere. And it wouldn't surprise me if it comes out later on that we sold them and then we find out it was.
I don't think FSG is sitting there putting pressure on Klopp saying we need to sell someone now.
I would be shocked.
No, I'm not saying they need to. They're not saying you need to sell, but Klopp also knows he needs. If Klopp knows he needs to improve the squad, and he feels like there's people that aren't really playing and maybe want to play elsewhere, he's probably going to go, I don't really want to let them go, but if they do want to play and we kind of need the money, then I guess the two make sense. Begrudgingly, he would do that. Let's keep it a buck, and we have to keep it a buck. I can't sit it definitively and say, but I reckon if Todd Bowley was in charge of Liverpool, I don't think that conversation ever takes place about having to potentially free up those guys at this particular time. Maybe later on down the line, but not necessarily now. It's just a case of if you need players, all right, we're going to get you the players. Let me go and get my man. Let me go and get my man. Let me go and get my man. And then you're the coach. You work that out. But I don't know. I could be wrong though.
If Nat Phillips goes to Jurgen Klopp and says, "Look, I want to play regular football. You don't seem to trust me, no matter what the form of your other centre backs is. Can I get a move away?"
I say no if I'm Klopp.
No, but my question is, how is that fall on FSG?
No, I'm not even saying that conversation hasn't happened, but this just looks like way too much of what always happens at Liverpool. Is we buy a player, we think, yeah, heavy, we bought a player, and then somehow in a few weeks' time or whatever, we realise, we sold him and him and him. Oh yeah, it's just bare book balancing. Just like when Mane and all them lot had to go, but because we bought Nunes. I can't remember who else it was, but we balanced the books in the summer, didn't we? We bought Nunes for that big fee, but I swear there was like 3 or 4 players. Yeah, Origi, Minamino, like all these players left, and they balanced the books, right? We're always balancing books, man.
We didn't balance the books, bro.
No, but
we did. Sorry, we didn't have a high outlay this summer. We balanced the books.
We didn't have an out. But all right, but Mane left because he asked to leave. Minamino asked to leave, and
yeah, but it's irrelevant whether they asked to leave, Cal, or not. Maybe the only reason we bought is because they asked to leave and we knew they were going. Either way, we're always balancing the Ross Clark.
That's what I was gonna say.
All we do at this fucking club now is balance books, man.
All right, let me ask you a quick question, Cal. Would we have got Nunes? Do you think we would have got Nunes if Mane didn't leave?
No, probably not.
That's what just trying to basically say.
But can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, of course,
Did we need Nunes if Mane didn't leave?
Because we still needed a striker. Remember, we kept
Mane and Jota there though. So wouldn't it be? So we would have effectively needed a winger as opposed to a striker.
Hear me out. Origi was going to leave anyway, remember? So we needed to replace a striker. So I was thinking in my brain, I was like, do you know what? Imagine if Origi... All right, so Origi's left. Now imagine if Mane stayed. Would we have still got a striker? I think it would have been ignored, personally.
It would have 100% been ignored.
No, but I don't think it would have been a priority because Mane, we've got 2 strikers. We'd have had Mane and Jota at the club who are both strikers.
But none of them are an out striker the way Origi was, though. And that was what Nunes...
but they're still strikers, though.
But here's the thing, Cal, and I'm not even being rude.
Right.
I think this is part of the conditioning that we're all in. And I think like you're kind of thinking the way FSG make us think. Do you think Chelsea and City and them man there, bro, give 2 shits whether there's already that guy or there's already that guy? Yo, if this guy is gonna make us better, we get him. Like, forget whether this is this or that is that. We just get that player, bro.
Towards the end, Abramovich was sell to buy, bro. If you ask any Chelsea fans, they were annoyed with him about that.
Yeah, he would sell youth players to buy, not main players, not first team players.
What? Chelsea never sold main players, no?
No, I think that kind of changed
only if they're surplus to
tenure.
requirements, not like, people who they actually like.
At the end of his tenure, I think.
Who did Pep sell in the summer? 3 of his senior players.
Yeah, but they wanted to go in it. It's a bit different.
So hold on. So Jesus Zinchenko.
No,
wait. Hold on. Jesus
different.
Zinchenko and Sterling wanted to leave and were sold. Origi, Minamino, and Mane wanted to leave and they were sold. What's the difference?
That Man City always spend money, so it's clearly obvious. This is just a one-off.
No,
all right, you don't want to go. You can go.
We're talking about the last summer. What's the difference with Man City's 3 players wanting to leave and being sold and our 3 players wanting to leave and being sold?
The difference is, in my opinion, is that Man City will always invest whenever they need something, regardless of what a player wants to do.
Agreed.
And the difference is that we only do stuff when something is forced upon us. It does look that way at times. Not all the time, but at times. You see, like, for example, I know this is well documented and I hate to kind of keep going over the same thing, but the only reason we was able to get Alisson and Van Dijk was through Coutinho.
Oh,
Liverpool was never, but that's the model that's been there and hasn't really changed. Don't get me wrong, there's been a little bit of wiggle room over the years, maybe so that we haven't necessarily seen, but that is the model. We don't normally get someone unless someone leaves. We never just add. And you know what's so mad is we already knew when Thiago was bought. We were told it didn't affect Wijnaldum through creditable journalists, right? But we knew deep down, we're like, nah, he's just not. We just watch. He's gone. It always happens. And with the Diaz thing, even though we wasn't too sure at that time, we kind of had an inkling Mane was going to go, and then obviously it got confirmed that he wanted to go from the year before. So, but that's our point, though. The whole point is that Liverpool always seem to only go and get players when it's like forced upon them, so to speak. It's never a case of let's be like ambitious and try and do X, Y, and Z. I think that's the thing that we're talking about, and it goes to Nat Phillips and my man, because, bro, I find it kind of weird that there's been no conversation about Kelleher and Nat Phillips only until really and truly Gakpo signed. There were whispers maybe start the season that they might go because I think Nat Phillips wanted first team football. But there wasn't nothing concrete. Now I'm seeing big, I won't say the names, but big, creditable people say, well, you know, it might happen.
And not only that, Matt, I can tell you for free, Cal. You see Sterling and Jesus leaving Man City. That had zero to do with Haaland coming in. I guarantee you, if Sterling and Jesus both wanted to stay at Man City, they would have still got Haaland. But with Liverpool, we'd be like, no, you've got to go. And that's the difference, bro. It's like, all right, they wanted to go, so they let them go. But they wouldn't have stopped that from making a Haaland signing. It would have never had anything to do with a Haaland signing. Where that's different
to us is, apart from Gabriel Jesus, they had no other striker. We had two strikers. Mane left, we had to replace it. It would have
still been about the books and positions. But they wouldn't have cared. They would have just brought Haaland in.
You see, if we kept Mane in the summer and we didn't add a winger, then I'm with you guys. Mane left, we had to replace him.
We're not saying that we didn't have to replace him. We're just all I'm saying is, I don't know.
So we had to react to him saying he wanted to leave.
Same as me, but what I'm saying is that Liverpool only seem to do something when it's forced upon them. So Cal, like you said, you see, if Mane stays, I don't think we buy the winger that you're talking about. I just don't see it. I could be wrong though, and you might be right. I just don't see it. That's what I'm saying, Cal. And we've been proven before. Bro, if Klopp needed centre-backs, they went out and got man loans on a hologram. They got man a hologram.
No, I'm not disputing that, but we also needed a centre midfielder, and Klopp said no to that as well. So, again...
I hear that as well.
Again,
but he said no because he knows he needs funds for the real midfielder that he wants, Cal.
Well, brother, if Klopp thinks we only need one midfielder, then there lies the problem as well, Drift.
I don't think he does. I think he knows he's only got the funds to buy one midfielder, Cal.
My point is,
there's a difference, bro.
Nat Phillips and Kelleher saying they want to leave Liverpool, for me, is nothing to do with balancing the books. I think that's a byproduct of it. That's them saying we're not getting enough game time here. Kelleher especially is saying, I back myself to be one of the best goalies in the league. Let me go and prove it. Nat Phillips is saying, right, I'm not one of the best centre-backs in the league, but I'm better than being fifth choice here.
What happened? What happened?
That long ago, you were saying to Arsenal fans that he's better than Ben White at centre-back, bro. Why should he sit on Liverpool's bench and be fifth choice behind Virgil, who's been stinking up the place, Matip, who was stinking up the place recently, Ibu, who's had his injuries this season, and Gomez, who's getting dunked on by Welbeck?
If you get injuries, you got to make sure your squad is okay.
That's why Reece Williams has come back.
I think
that says everything we need to know then, because Reece Williams isn't good enough.
Bruv, who else can we put there, bruv? Reece Williams is homegrown from the club.
We don't sell him. Carl, we don't sell him.
When has Klopp ever been? I'm not gonna sell it, bruv. Nat Phillips been trying to leave for years now, bro.
Look. Maybe the Nat Phillips one I'm willing to have a conversation about, yeah. But Kelleher, if we sell Kelleher halfway through a season and do not replace him, there is nobody that can tell me that Klopp is stupid enough to think that is a good idea. Nobody. There's no way Klopp will say, yeah, sell my number 2, and then if Alisson gets injured, who cares? There's no way, you lot. If we sell Kelleher, Klopp is all right with that. There's no way he is all right with that halfway through a season. Whether Kelleher's asked to go or not, There's
I agree.
no way
That's the
Klopp
end
is
of
okay
season.
with that. You know,
Cal.
we're actually treating Klopp like he's some kind of dickhead. If we think he just will do these dumbass things like this. Like, come on, we're talking about an elite world-class manager who's going to go, yeah, sell my number 2 halfway through the season.
If
That's
Kelleher
all right.
goes in January,
Come on, man. No
I
way
don't
would
think
he
that's
say
Klopp
that.
personally. Well, not Klopp, but I just don't think Klopp is kind of like pushing that. I think if it happens in the summer, that's a bit different because I remember summer's very different time to think, and you want to make you make your decision. Fair enough, but halfway through a season, I'll be so shocked because Liverpool Football Club is renowned for always being the club's always a bit short wherever in which place, and then you're gonna go and sell a top goalkeeper who your first choice goalkeeper does get injured at times. You have to be very wary, and you rely on him because he's very good. And not only that, a centre back who, whenever you ask him to step up and play, he can step up and play at a high level. So it will be crazy for me personally as well to think that Jurgen Klopp would actually sanction these deals. I could be wrong. Me and Jeff could be wrong, but we're just seeing it as he's a top class manager and he knows what he needs to get through a season. So we just find that very hard to believe. And I just want to say to this as well: big at yourself, Jamrock. I hear what you're saying, Jamrock, but one thing I'm gonna say to you though, Jamrock, is I'm not gonna. You see how you said, I know you're only joking about me and different Liverpool fans, but one thing I'm gonna say to Jamrock is this difference of opinion, innit? We just sort of time, innit?
Hold on, he said what? We're not Liverpool fans.
You know what, Jam? But I know Jamrock's just messing. But
I didn't even see that.
But what I was gonna say to Jamrock is that the way how we're run, I think some people are cool with, and not only that, some people can't see how we're run, if that makes sense. Like, whereas I like to look at every single thing and make sure that we cross all the I's and T's, because when it comes to Liverpool's recruitment and what we do as a club, I think there's many people, Jamwa, that will say that we're not proactive and we are too reactive in the transfer market. Don't get me wrong, we've been proactive in the past, Jamwa, but I think sometimes like we're not proactive enough. We're just not. And I think it shows with some of the transfer dealings that we've done. We'll go and buy someone, someone's leaving. But why can't it be we're on a high? Let's go and get this person to take us over the line and keep doing what we're doing. There's always some agenda behind it. And I thought it was last season.
That for me is on FSG. That for me is on FSG. But
I thought it was last season.
Selling Kelleher and Phillips for me has got nothing to do with FSG. That is them both saying, I want to go and play football. I ain't getting that.
If that happens, how would you? Okay, if they both were sold, how would you feel if that happens? Would your
what in January? If Kelleher sold in January, I'm going to flip.
Would you say that's Klopp's fault? Would you say that's FSG?
Say it's both. Well, no. Do you know what? I would say it's only FSG's fault if we go and buy someone of value to replace Kelleher, because you can get backup goalkeepers for cheap. If we go and get a midfield, let's say we go and sell Kelleher for 25, 30 mil, and we go and get Manu Kone for 40 mil. I might all go Boston. How about that? But if we don't, then I can't sit here and blame it. I can't blame FSG. When we sit here and we say, no matter what's going on, Klopp's got his favourites, and then on the next line we're saying it's FSG's fault. Like, there's no correlation. If we were selling someone like a Salah now, then yeah, I'd get it, because Salah's playing, doesn't give any inclination he wants to leave. Nathaniel Phillips is 5th choice centre back behind 4 centre backs who haven't been great this season. I'll take Ibra out of that because Ibra's been great, but he's been injured. But if I'm someone sitting there and I'm waiting my turn and the players in front of me are not doing what they should be doing to keep me out of the team, and no matter what I do when I play, I'm still not getting anything, why am I going to stay? He left last January to go and play for Bournemouth. Why am I going to stay?
No, I hear what you're saying isn't wrong, Cal. But the reason why I say FSG is to just make it easy. What I should really say is the model. But the model is FSG's fault. So that's why I just say FSG. It's the model, bro. But he buys into a model he's being told he has to buy into. He adores Liverpool. He wants to be Liverpool manager. So he's just got to deal with whatever the rules are to be Liverpool manager.
We say he's just got to deal with it, but how many times how many times has he got to come out and say, I like coaching, I want to train up a player, I want to do this, I want to do that? Like, why is it we're so tunnel vision that it's just all FSG when Klopp says things that we don't like hearing? But because we don't like him saying it, because of Jurgen Klopp, we turn a blind eye to it. Man says, even if you've got money, like, I still want to coach, I still want to. Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones, you say play no matter what, bro. That's not FSG. That's Klopp. He's got his favourites.
Yeah, but if he had a model that allowed him to buy who he wanted, he wouldn't care about those two players.
But we don't know.
Nah, I mean, we don't know for facts. We don't.
We actually don't know that, bro. We hope.
But this is the point that I'm trying to make, Kaz, what I was saying before.
Milner getting a new contract, bro.
No, but Milner is actually a very good professional. You need those people around. I understand that.
Bro. He shouldn't be getting a new contract.
Look, everything we're doing here is all based on all of us kind of just having our own opinion or something that no one's got facts on, right? That's the point of a conversation.
I feel as though I bring facts to the table, though. I actually words that he said.
Yeah. But I'm also bringing facts to the table based on how we've moved for the last 12 years, bro. Every time we buy someone, we all seem to sell someone. Whether it's convenient or not, the player wants to go or the player asks to leave or whatever the excuse that the club gives us, the spew, the PR spin, whatever it is that this club constantly does to brainwash us and the propaganda and all the rubbish they feed us, bro, every day, yeah? It always seems way too much of a coincidence that when we spend money, we sell. I am yet to see a single year ever where the books aren't balanced for whatever the reason may be, bro. For whatever the reason may be.
Who did we sell to get Gakpo in?
We haven't sold anybody yet, but this is what I'm saying. If Kelleher and Thingy go, then you know what I mean. And back to the point that I was making before, I truly do believe that we are mugging off Klopp if we think that Klopp is the type of manager who's reached the elite level that he's at, but for some reason is too stupid to understand that you don't sell your goalkeeper halfway through the season.
Say hi quickly, Robbie. You gonna say
hi,
hi?
little man?
Yeah.
Say hi. Are you two fighting?
No.
Did you hit your brother, Robbie?
Yeah.
Why did you hit him?
Yeah.
But you're not meant to hit him then. So say sorry. Say sorry. Just quickly say sorry, man. Stevie, don't let him hit you. You're bigger than him, innit?
Yeah.
If we can go around this in circles, right? Let's be real. We can. Like,
yeah.
You know how much
because nobody truly knows what's happening.
The thing is, I despise FSG, bro, but I can't just blame them randomly for stuff. I can't. Without proof, I can't just blame them for stuff.
Look, for me,
especially when Klopp's doing what he's doing.
For me, I think Klopp is an absolute world-class, elite-level manager, and there's no way that we can mug him off and act like he's stupid enough to do some of the things that people are accusing him of doing. You do not get to the level Klopp is at if you are stupid and you don't know how to do things properly. And there's no way he is going to let his backup goalkeeper, who's of a level of Kelleher, go halfway through the season and be like, yeah, sure, he asked to go, guys, so I let him go. Yeah, he's my employee, but he gets to do what he wants. Whatever he asked for, no matter what detriment it is to the rest of the team or to the rest of our season, no, go, bro. You get what you want, Kelleher. You get what you asked for. Come on, man. Like, Klopp is stupid enough to do that. Come on, guys. No way.
But I don't think the Kelleher one will happen. Nat Phillips, I see happening, especially with Kometio and Reece Williams coming back off loan.
Possibly 100%. The Kelleher one might happen. Possibly. No, I mean, I'm sorry, the Phillips one.
5% chance of happening.
No, sir, I meant to say Phillips, sir. Possibly the Phillips one could.
I'll be more shocked if Phillips is here after the January window.
Yeah, no, I do get where you're coming from, but it always looks like book balancing to me, though, man. I don't call me cynical, then, innit? Call it an agenda. Do you know what? This is the only agenda I do have. I hate FSG, and yes, I blame them for everything going wrong at Liverpool. I do have an agenda because they are the ones who set the bar, guys. No, they're in charge. So anything that goes
we can't say it's all them.
No, but anything that goes wrong,
it's heavily on them, but not all of them.
If that's the case, if Pep Linders should be sacked and let go of, so should Klopp then.
I mean, no, but
based off your logic, what you're saying, that if they're to blame for everything, then Pep Linders isn't.
No, Klopp has to take blame. Klopp has to take some blame. He doesn't take lying shit. He doesn't take lying shit.
I don't think Pep Linders should be sacked. I just think that he should have some of his authority taken away.
Do you think Pep Linders should still be at Liverpool? Yes or no, Drift?
I actually don't have an issue with Linders if he's not got so much power.
He should be here.
No, I said he shouldn't have so much power. When have I ever said he shouldn't be? I said he shouldn't have. Come on, but let's not do that. Let's not put. I said he shouldn't have so much power. I never said he shouldn't be here. I never said sack Pep Linders. I've never said that in my whole life.
Jamal, you watch it?
There's no clips to be made. I've never said sack Pep Linders. I've never said that.
Fair enough.
He shouldn't have as much power as he does, though. That's a fact. I've always said that. He shouldn't have as much power.
You gave him the power.
Yeah. I blame Klopp for giving him the power. But that doesn't mean I'm saying Linders should be sacked.
The madness with it, then the buck falls with him. So should he just be sacked as well? Or are we going to add context to stuff?
No, but that's not what I said. I just said everything that goes wrong at the club, technically, it all comes down to the owners because they're the ones who let it happen. Whatever the situation is, the owners are the ones in control. So no matter what is happening at the club, the owners are the one who the buck falls with. And they're letting it crumble while they're in charge.
All right, so Drift, when we lost the Champions League final in 2018 and Karius made a mistake, was that Klopp's fault?
No, bruv, come on, man. You're being silly now. That's literally just an in-game. That's an in-game fault from a player.
But Klopp bought in Karius, right?
Yeah.
To do a job, and he didn't do his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You ad-limit, Robbie. I'm good here, folks. Yeah.
So technically, yeah, it's Klopp's fault for buying him. But come on, man, we can't do that because every time a player makes a mistake, then we're going to say it's the manager's fault.
It's not his fault.
It's not whose fault.
It's not Klopp's fault that Karius did up a madness in 2018. Even though he brought him in, even though he trusts him to be his number one, it's not his fault.
But how is that a comparison with FSG letting the club crumble, though?
Because if you're saying absolutely everything's to blame on FSG, but FSG employ experts to be in certain positions and those experts aren't doing what they're meant to be doing, that's not an FSG then.
It is if they let it happen for too long now. Like, you can only let it happen for a certain amount of time based on your decision. So if they're going to continue to watch their model not work, then it's their fault. Like, if it was only a couple of weeks worth or a couple of months worth, then I'd agree with you. But we've been doing this for 12 years and we've only won the league one time. It clearly ain't a good model. Change the model. It's their fault. They won't change the model.
How long's our season been going well this season? How long's our season been going bad? So
our season's been going bad since the beginning of it.
All right, so doesn't that fall on Klopp then?
No, because FSG should have provided the funds in the summer for this to not happen. I lie. If we'd have bought the right players in the summer, this wouldn't be happening. If FSG had said to Klopp, you've got a £250 million kitty, like Todd Bowley is saying right now over at Chelsea, who do you need, bro? Who do you need? We won't be in this mess.
No, I think what it is,
we won't be in this mess.
No, what I'm gonna say is this: we wouldn't be in this mess because first of all, we'd have players that can actually do the stuff that Klopp wants. One thing, what Cal's trying to say is this: he's not saying he doesn't feel like it's not FSG, but what he's saying basically is that Klopp.
I just want consistency and accountability.
You have to take some slack because remember, Jeff, we were so mad. Yeah, I keep saying yesterday, Saturday, for the Harvey Elliott team. That's just an example. Like, that's got nothing to do with FSG. That's to do with you picking the player. And remember, we can all sit here and do the whole hiding behind FSG and say, well, if he had more players. But the point is, he didn't. Elliott was there. You didn't have to play him. You didn't have to play him left wing. You could have played him right wing.
But now the conversation is like changing. Like, originally, the point that I was making was FSG are the reason why the club is in trouble. Yes, other people are making mistakes, but those people are making mistakes based on the model they've been told to work under, bro. Do you get my point? So they are not blameless. Of course, they are not blameless, but they are working with the model. If I send you to the shop, bro, with £20 and I've given you a shopping list and it is impossible to get on that shopping list, everything with £20, when you come back, yeah, nobody can really have a go at you because even though you're the one who went to the shop and you're the one who came back without all the goods, I'm the reason why you only had a £20 budget. So how can anybody really blame you when I already made your life difficult by giving you more things on the list than you can stretch the money for? Do you get the point I'm making, bro? Like,
all right, I hear you, but here's the other side of that. If I say to you, Drift, here's £20, I need you to go to the shop and I need you to get some meat for us to cook on Sunday. If there's any more money, then I beg you just get some dessert as well. And you come back with the dessert and not the meat, whose fault is that?
Well, maybe when I got there, the meat was too expensive.
Nah, No, but if it's under £20, you get the meat and you leave the dessert on the shelf, bro. We needed a centre midfielder. We went and got dessert.
I lost you in the
If I give you £20, I say Drift. The main thing I need you to get is meat. If there's still money left over, and there's a nice dessert, grab a dessert as well. But you come back with the dessert and you leave the meat on the shelf. That's on you, bro. We needed a centre midfielder. We didn't need dessert.
I'll caveat that. Now, it's Christmas time. So it's a turkey that I'm looking for, bro. It's Christmas time. So it's a turkey I'm looking for. So if I go and I buy
turkey Drift, I said a meat.
No.
Meat.
Yeah, you said meat.
I just want meat. Pause.
No. Merch out now. But you got to remember, it couldn't just be anybody if you're only allowed to buy one player. So if you're talking about there's only going to be one main dish, it's Christmas. Really, I've got to get a turkey. I can't just come back with some basic any old meat. Pause for Christmas. I've got to come back with a turkey. So if I don't come back with a turkey and it's Christmas, then kind of people might understand, right? I get why you didn't just buy some dead whatever it was, because it's Christmas time. Everybody's thinking it's supposed to be turkey, right?
You're on mute, Cal. You're on mute.
Hold on. I didn't even see that. What did that say?
He said, but Drift's now Muslim, so is the meat halal? Moving the goalpost. No, but you're moving the goalpost. My analogy
No, I'm not, man. I'm not.
No, you are, Drift. You're moving the goalpost. But if I was to switch the analogy around and start moving goalposts with FSG, you'd say, why am I moving the goalpost? You're not.
No, I would actually rate you, because if you can move goalposts to make FSG look blameless, you're an absolute gangster, bro.
You got to be objective on both sides, bro. We hate FSG here, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be objective and call out when Klopp's doing a madness.
Look,
Klopp has been doing up a madness, bro. He's coming in every evening. He comes in, he's smelling of alcohol, bro. And he's crashed a car 4 times this week.
No. Look, man.
Like,
we just have to agree to disagree in it, guys, because you know what I mean. I've always said it. You men have got kids. If one of your kids goes to school and slaps someone, it's his fault. He slapped the kid. But let's keep it a buck. Everyone's gonna look and be like, what's his parenting? Why he thought it was okay to slap that kid? And you lot would still be the ones who would kind of get the blame.
It doesn't make it right, though. It doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but it's still your fault, even though your kid was the one who slapped someone.
No, but we're in a position to make it right, though.
But FSG never make it right, Cal. That's the problem.
I never said they do, Drift.
They never make it right, bro. They never make it right.
Yeah, I think you don't think you think I make all these excuses for FSG. I'm just looking at both sides, because you have to, in a debate or an argument or anything in life. You have to.
No, I hear that. I appreciate that.
And bro,
I get it.
Klopp is doing just as much of a disservice to Liverpool as things stand right now as FSG are. They're both doing a madness to Liverpool Football Club. FSG do not pick the team. FSG do not say Harvey Elliott's got to play left wing, bro.
No, but yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. But I understand. I understand. If I'm being honest, this ain't no cop out thing. Pause. Not pause. You get me? I'm confusing myself now. But I say pause. What am I pausing for? Cop out. What I was gonna say though is that I understand both points. Just basically saying this all stems from one common issue: FSG. They don't give Klopp what he needs to be successful at the job at hand. And Cal, what you're basically trying to say is that may be true. However, Klopp's still been a dickhead. He's been a dickhead because he's doing dickhead things.
I don't want to use the word dickhead. That still pops at the end of the day.
He's moving. Cool. He's been an idiot. He's been an idiot.
Myself to call Klopp a dickhead.
Idiot. Should we say idiot?
And all those things. I can't call him a dickhead.
Is he been an idiot then? Idiot?
Yeah.
Idiot. Cool. He's been an idiot. Yeah. This is light term. Sorry, Jürgen. I know you watched this show. My bad. He's been an idiot. Yeah. And I agree with both, because he's been an idiot, bro. If you don't play Harvey Elliott like left wing and do some of the tactical things that he's doing, you don't play Henderson and Fabinho, knowing that they've been playing badly, and you have to wait for a masterclass from Harvey Elliott, Besetti Santiago for you to suddenly to finally change your mind. I know I see the comments still. Basically, out of order. We're definitely pausing for that one. But yeah, all I'm gonna say is this: I honestly understand both points. I do. I just think no one's wrong in it. You're both right. It's one of them ones you're actually both right because Klopp does make mistakes, and we can't just say FSG. But at the same time, is Klopp making these mistakes because it actually stems from FSG?
Fact. I think he's forced.
No.
I think he's kind of forced.
Yeah,
into
Dylan, I
making
did
mistakes.
malfunction for a second, 100%.
I think he's forced into making mistakes by constantly
Big
being
up
under
Jamrock.
pressure.
It's always love. Come on, bro.
That's my opinion. He's a man under pressure who's always being told to turn coal into diamonds, and that pressure makes him make mistakes. So I'm not absorbing him from the blame. It's still him. He's a big grown-ass man. If the mistake is made by him, he is culpable for that mistake. But I do believe that he is forced into a lot of these mistakes by the pressure he's put under, by the model he's told to work with.
Drift, that's where I agree with you. But at the same time, do you know what I'm going to say as well? Until we get new owners, I can't say definitively that is fact, even though I agree with you.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Last summer shouldn't have been, for me, and I said this vocally in the summer, it shouldn't have been Calvin Ramsey. It should have been a Jed Spencer, Max Aarons, someone experienced straight away to come in and do the thing. And it seems as though Klopp don't trust you. And everyone's getting on to me saying, "Oh, I'm ungrateful." It weren't anything to be with that. But look what's happening now. Carvalho, everyone in the summer, from January up until maybe a couple of weeks ago, everyone's telling me this guy's going to be the next Coutinho. He's going to do this and do that. And what did I keep on saying? He's brought in to be Diaz's understudy. We're barely going to see him. We bought 3 projects in the summer.
But you know what else that don't make sense? And this ain't even aimed at you. I'm just trying to genuinely think. So he's been. So imagine this now, because I was one of the people that said, I think. But remember, I said this at the start of the season. Remember, there's no shame in my game, people. I can be honest. And people put one in the chat if you remember this. I said Carvalho will be our most important signing. I said by January he'll become undroppable. The complete opposite has happened, but obviously I didn't foresee us having this season, right? But if what Cal's saying, if it's true, I'm even more confused about where we're heading. Because if Fabio Carvalho was supposed to be the understudy to Diaz, why have we then brought in Gakpo, who is now an understudy to Diaz? So where does that leave Carvalho? Are you telling me plans changed that quick that you've gone, no, we're not going to play a 10 anymore? Yeah, we're just gonna have him as a third choice left winger.
No, two things could have happened.
That's why I'm kind of confused.
Carvalho might not fit in as much as maybe Klopp thought he might, which could be a bit of an issue. And maybe he doesn't train as well, because Klopp is very big on training. And maybe if you're not training well, you won't play. Which to a degree actually kind of makes sense. If you do well all week at work, you're supposed to be rewarded for it, right? Whether we agree or not. And the other thing is, he probably didn't foresee Diaz and Jota both being injured for the majority of the season. So the Gakpo situation has been pushed forward because we could have never seen that. Remember, he's bringing Carvalho in to be an understudy to Diaz and Jota and thinking he can blend him in. Both of them guys get injured. He's probably thinking Carvalho's not ready to be the first team plays week in, week out player.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder if Gakpo is actually going to be a Firmino understudy, learn off him, and eventually basically play the full time role. The reason I say that, is because I feel like we're very left side heavy, bro.
We always have been, Matt.
No, but
we literally always have.
No, but bro, you're telling me it goes Diaz, Gakpo, then Carvalho. That's too left-sided heavy.
We've always been left-side heavy.
There's a part of me that feels like, and I hate to say it, there's a part of me that feels like Gakpo is gonna maybe be converted into a false 9. But then if he gets converted into a false 9, you're going away from what Núñez does. But maybe he's a different option. I'm not too sure. Maybe that's what it is. I'm thinking. I don't know, but it's
Gakpo play midfield for Liverpool Football Club.
If I see Gakpo in midfield, I'm actually going to lose my. Nah,
I'll be honest. I think his skill set for the Premiership actually suits him playing more as an 8 than a winger. I don't think he's got the explosivity or the aggressiveness to play.
I think he can do false 9. We just might not want to see it because
I think you lot are doing Gakpo a disservice at left wing. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I'm not putting him down.
No, but you're saying he doesn't have the attributes to play left wing. I disagree.
No, I didn't say that. I don't think he got the attributes to play in as what Klopp wants him to do at left wing.
I disagree with that as well, but for a different reason. I know what you're saying about you wanting to be exploited. Well, maybe that's what Klopp wants, but remember I said this to you before, Cal. I know they're two different players and two different systems, but when Bernardo used to play right wing for City, he just used his craft. I think Gakpo's going to be like that and use his craft. You know,
Bernardo's nowhere.
it's about but it's not about that. It's about space. If Gakpo can find space, which I think he's pretty good at doing because he done it the other day, except for when the ball's in the air, he's not physical. But when the ball's on the ground, bro, trust me, go watch it back. Gakpo, ball to feet on the ground. There was nothing wrong with him. Very good with his feet, bro. Tidy, knocked it off. 1-2s, understood the link up. When it comes to him playing at left wing, I think he'll do the same thing. He just won't be that explosive winger. He can beat his man. It just won't be with explosion. It'll be through maybe a bit of trickery. And I think once he gets confident, when he starts legging off them shots, remember I said that. He will leg off the shots.
I think big up Ram in the building. I think you lot, I do. I think you, and I don't just mean you, Carl. I mean like everybody's kind of doubting Gakpo. I think everybody's just really frustrated that we're playing poorly and he hasn't come in and done well.
Shall I be honest and tell you what it is from my stand? I'm not going to speak for everyone. Shall I be completely honest what it is for me?
Yeah.
Liverpool fans recently, and I don't even care if people come for me on this. I'm just going to say I'm sick of biting my tongue on certain things. Liverpool fans recently have got to a point where because we've been starved of success, because we've been starved of transfers, that whoever comes through the door, we automatically hype up and act like they are the next best thing and can't be criticised. We sit here and we say it's only been 4 games Gakpo's played. But I'll go back and ask you guys. And again, I'm not even saying you have to be world class or anything. And I'll go way back. Fernando Torres, when he played his first game for Liverpool, even though he didn't score and he missed a bag of chances, we all sat there and went, there's something about this, brother. Same with Suarez. Same with Darwin Núñez. Remember when Darwin Núñez came off the bench against Fulham in the first game of the season? We were losing that game
on his debut, didn't he, Cal?
Came off the bench and caused an absolute madness. Got a goal and he got assist for Salah. We wouldn't have got anything from that game if it weren't for Núñez. We all sat there and went, see Darwin, he's a bit rough around the edges, but he's got something. He's got something. Mane's first game. So when I'm seeing a player, and even though the team's not playing great, not contributing or doing anything at all, that player can be criticised without people being or writing him off. He has not played well. And I'm not expecting him to do up a madness, but when I'm looking at him and I'm not seeing any aggression, I'm not seeing any strength, I'm not seeing any things that are basic to football, no matter where you're playing or who you're playing with, then I can't sit here and be like, it's fine, we brush it under the carpet. You can't brush it under the carpet. Us as Liverpool fans are starting to get to a point now where no matter what happens, because we sign a player, we just got to rate them. Everyone's talking about Calvin Ramsey in the summer, like we watched bare Scottish football last season. Everyone talk about Carvalho like everyone watched him before January. But after January, when we linked with him, he's the next best thing. He's going to be the future of our club. Doing the same with Núñez. Núñez gets linked to Liverpool. We buy Núñez. Look at Suarez. Him and Suarez play together. Next Uruguay and this. He's the next Torres. Now we bought Gakpo. I'm seeing Henry comparisons. I'm seeing, Gakpo's going to do this. No, just stop.
I mean, I ain't seen none of that.
Henry? What?
I ain't seen none of that.
I've seen Henry comparisons.
But here's the thing.
That's lazy comparisons.
We're doing what we've accused Arsenal fans of doing over the years. That's what we're doing.
Because they're both fair skin.
I haven't seen any of that. But the mad thing is though, Cal, what we got to also remember is we are proper spoiled by having a lot of our players come in and hit the ground running immediately. So we've become accustomed to it. So then when a guy doesn't do it, we forget that things can happen. Like it can happen. If I sat here right now, and the thing is, I actually remember, I'm not going to go into things. I remember having a conversation on this channel. I don't remember who it was with, but I remember having a conversation. And I remember saying that Almiron is a good player. And I got laughed out the room because everyone was looking at the form he was in at the time. Drift, you're chatting absolute shit. Almiron is not a good player. What are you talking about? That's a wild take. Where are those people now? Because it doesn't mean that you're a crap player if it's not working for you at the moment. That's why I always say recency bias in football is the worst thing to happen to football. Because people think if they don't remember a recent performance of a player being good, that player is a dead footballer. Gakpo hasn't hit the ground running. I get it. but it
No,
doesn't always work that
I
way.
never said
But to write him off. Now, I'm not even just talking to you, I'm talking to anybody who's saying Gakpo is rubbish, whether it be a rival, whether it be a Liverpool fan, whatever. To write a player off who hasn't even been at the club for a month yet is absolute madness. Absolute madness. You have to give the boy time. Just because Mo settled straight away, just because Van Dijk settled straight away, just because Mane settled straight away, just because Diaz settled straight away, just because Jota settled straight away, just because Alisson settled straight away. We were blessed that happened. It was a blessing. It allowed us to be who we are. Just because Genie settled straight away. It was amazing that happened because it was
Was
great.
it a blessing, or were those players just that good that they were able to do it?
I think it's a combination, bro. I think it's a combination.
How do you call it a blessing when you've listed so many names there, Drift?
I actually think we're just lucky that recruitment knew exactly who needed to be here and it worked. They looked at the profile and the profile fit. Thank the Lord, our recruitment was good enough to know Wagwan. But you're going to get some wrong, guys. You can't just keep hitting it out the park with home runs every single time. Come on, guys.
Did Mudryk show you guys something at the weekend when he came on?
Yeah, of course he did, yeah.
Yeah,
Chelsea playing good football?
Well, they play better than us on the weekend.
No, that's not a question, man. Chelsea playing good football. They're below us in the league.
No, we're not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
all right, in the first 6 months,
saying
nobody here would have said that they thought Taki was going to be a success at Liverpool after his first 6 months.
No,
look what the kid went on to do last season. Give people time, man. Come on, guys. Like, come on, man. Everyone actually said we should have sold Minamino in the summer after we bought him in January. Do you remember? Like, right, this is pointless. Why the hell did we buy
Minamino? Remember the miss against Arsenal?
Just shot him. No, like, that's what everybody said
Ben
about
White was laughing at him or something
I'll
like
say
that.
this to you. Let's say, for example, we did sell Minamino and bring in a better player. Would anyone have been complaining?
No, but we also wouldn't have seen what's happening. What went on to happen, that he became a very valuable player to us last year.
We might have seen more.
You know, and I hate to use Arsenal as an example, but Arteta should have been sacked 88 times before this season. He wasn't. Everybody was vexed by it. Now the man might win the league. Like, come on. You can't just write somebody off a month into their Liverpool
Arsenal had
career.
3 years they were able to wait for. We don't have 3 years to wait.
No, they weren't able to wait. Every single one of those Arsenal fans is shameless, bro. They wanted him out, and they wanted him out good. The way they're sucking him off now is embarrassing. They all wanted him gone years ago. Years ago, they're sucking him off now. They wanted Arteta gone years ago. The tapes are there. The internet never forgets. But because they gave him the time, he was able to turn it around. So if Arteta can have 3 years to turn around his dog shit managerial career and now look good, what, we can't give Gakpo until the summer? Fucking hell, guys. Is that what we're doing?
No one's saying let's give him till the summer, but we can't sit here and act like he's not had a stinky start to his Liverpool career.
Cal, I'm seeing, you see the way you're saying people are doing comparisons, Cal, I'm seeing people say, waste of time, what a flop, why did we buy him? This man is dead. Oh my days, this boy's got no technique, he's got no ability, rare, what a waste of money. Bro, that is the most wildest takes of a player that's been here for 20 days I've ever heard in my life.
Do we not look at other teams and when players play? Hold on.
No, but that's banter, bro. That's banter. That's banter. So you don't fit it to your own players, though.
It was banter what we said about Harry Maguire, yeah?
I don't even remember what we said when he first went Man United, to be honest.
What Maguire?
I don't remember what we said about Harry Maguire.
Did we not sit here when they signed Maguire and after his first 1 or 2 games we were like, Man United they've been screwed.
But again, it technically is, and they paid 88 mil for him, bro. Like, I mean, come on, that is a bit different.
They still bought the guy and they got screwed over.
88 mil is a bit different, bro. Like, come on.
It made a big say in the mind, though, innit?
All right, let me switch it around. Bišćetic had a really good game against Wolves, yeah? A fantastic game against Wolves. And we all said he deserved to start the next game, right? If Klopp dropped him and turned around and said, it's just one game, you can't really judge him on one game, what would we have said?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, Cal.
He knows where I'm going with this.
No, Cal, I'm going to say you weren't here on Saturday, bro. Some of the people in the comments.
Matt.
No, Cal. Some of the people in the comments were saying Bišćetic shouldn't have played after he wasn't that great. Matt, I don't even remember on Saturday, but in the watch along, there were comments saying, we shouldn't have played Bišćetic. Rare.
Some people did say that.
No, but we all said he should play, but then people are still in the comments saying, Bišćetic wasn't good today. Why did he play? Rare.
Basically, what it is, if someone has a good first game, we're allowed to go overboard and rate that person. If someone has a bad game, we've got to keep it to ourselves and stay shush.
No. You know
No,
what?
but you don't go over the top.
I
Because I don't
keep it
think you should
above.
go over the
I've
top with
been
the praise
consistent.
either, Cal. I don't
I've
think you
been
should go over the
consistent.
top with the praise either.
Look
But
at
we
Nunes.
do, though. We
I'm
all
consistent
do.
with
As
Nunes.
Liverpool fans, we all do.
Yeah, you get happy in the moment, but if you're still doing it about 4 or 5 weeks later, you've gone too far. Like, there's a difference between being happy in the moment and then like going overboard, innit? So if you're just gassed up the day of the game, fair enough. But if I
think
talk to you next week and you're still gassed, you took it too far, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I think
Like,
what it is very early to kind of give a foregone conclusion on Gakpo because very early, and he's playing for a team that right now just don't look good, bro. Like I said before, like Gunnar big at yourself, but he was saying like, look at Trossard as a tip, bro. Trossard is walking into a team that are they're on the highest confidence.
That's why I use Mudryk as the example.
But that's
Chelsea just as bad as us.
I understand that, but do you want to hear what's so crazy? And I know it's kind of like hard to explain, but Chelsea looked, even though they're low in confidence, their confidence didn't look as low as us. We are worse than Chelsea. We are worse than Chelsea. People need to understand that. We are at the bottom.
January is giving Chelsea a
bottom of the
boost,
barrel.
guys. Remember, they're seeing all these signings coming. They're starting to get their like.
They're getting a bit of a lift.
They're getting their tail up. They're like, raw.
Yeah.
We're moving different. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole hierarchy. Todd Bowley's bouncing off the walls. He's full of energy. He's in the Twitter spaces. He's like, yo, who should I buy you, man? I'll buy. Let me know now, man. I'm on this thing. Like he's got the Chelsea people, them kind of, you know what I mean? Whereas our owners are all getting booed by the other franchises they own. It's not just us that don't like these man, you know. These men are turning up in Boston. These men are from ends and they're getting booed in their own ends, you lot.
But just because I'm seeing some comments that I'm just like,
how does any of what you just said affect Mudryk's performance?
So Mudryk's done one in a cameo. Well done to him.
Because Mudryk has probably walked into Chelsea and realised, right, this place is on a bit of an up. And it might be his individual performance, but he's walked into a club that are on a bit of an up, Cal.
What you're saying kind of
don't...
Well, it doesn't correlate for me because if Mudryk has a good 20-minute performance cameo and Gakpo doesn't, why does it mean that Mudryk... okay, you might say to yourself, Mudryk had a cameo, that's fine, but then does it mean that he's going to be better or have a better career?
Said that. My whole argument for the beginning has been people are getting onto people for saying Gakpo ain't been good or this, that, and the other, and give it time, he'll be fine. But what evidence do we have to go on? Because he's shown nothing so far, like literally nothing in the games he's played.
Because we're just saying, I'm just saying, people don't always hit the ground running. Sometimes it don't start off great, but we're not used to that. So when we're not used to something, we automatically just get defensive, or you start writing a man off and saying he's not good enough. Give it time, Matt. Like all I'm saying is,
when did we first meet and have a conversation, Matt? And what was the conversation about?
Oh, man wants to go back. Yeah, look, what's that got to do with?
No, we have got everything to do it, Matt. What was the first conversation we had when we met each other? And what was it about?
It's barbershop, innit? We're talking Liverpool, innit?
And what were we talking about?
I can't remember the exact topic. You'd have to tell me.
Don't lie, bro. Who were we talking about?
But we were talking Liverpool. That's what I remember.
We were talking about a certain central defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
And what did you say to me? You said, "Cal, I don't know if he fits the mold."
I said I'm not sure.
All right. And
I had doubts.
I said to you, Matt, I hear it. I've got faith in it, though.
You said give him time.
Because I believed in him, just like people believe in Gakpo. But I couldn't turn around to you at that point and be like, "No, Matt, you're moving mad," because he did look off the pace. He didn't look right.
But why can't you? But
it's the same thing with Gakpo now.
But what I'm trying to say is,
and look at the way Flacco turned it around, Kel.
No, precisely. That's what I'm saying. I'm not writing Gakpo off, but I'm not going to sit here and say
no. But you're not the one writing him off. I'm talking to the people who are saying he's done. Why did we buy him?
Yeah,
what a waste of time. I'm not talking
perplexed.
to you, bro. I'm talking to the people who are actually saying that he's a waste of space. There's people saying
I've seen people in the chat
he's already dead.
Say he's a lemon. He's a waste.
This is what I'm saying, but I'm talking to those people, bro.
Yeah, but that's like me saying, I'm ignoring those people in the same way you ignoring the people who have been comparing him to like.
I'm never gonna lie, I ain't seen none of those comparisons.
I'm just saying, give the man time.
Before we signed him, go and search before we signed him, and you see.
And you know what, Matt? Please don't. I'm not being shady when I say this. It's just an example that just popped straight into my head because we were there live in the flesh. Naby Keita's debut for Liverpool was brilliant. Yeah. I thought, oh my days, we are about to do bits. We are here 4.5 years later.
No one foresaw the injury.
Nothing. But if you base his debut on how you thought his Liverpool career was going to go, you think this brother was going to be a world beater. That West Ham game, he was amazing in that West Ham game. I remember Matt was pulling my arm because that was Matt's boy. Like, I was like, I'm seeing Cruyff turns. I'm seeing 40-yard passes. I thought, yo, we have signed the prodigal son.
Was on it, but
and then look how his career ended up at Liverpool. The deadest signing under Jurgen Klopp, bar Carriers. So the point I'm making is...
Excuse me, I mean, I wasn't expecting.
I'm just keeping it a buck. So I don't care if Mudryk looked good and Gakpo's looked bad. I don't care if Salah was a hit straight away, if Mane was a hit or whatever. Like, all I'm saying is just give Gakpo time. If we're having this conversation in 6 months, in 12 months' time, I will fully be like, yo, them man were right, boy. Mad thing. But the boy has been here for 20 days. And I'm seeing people say, what a waste of money, flop, rare.
Someone called him a lemon.
Crazy. Lemon. Imagine calling man a lemon after 20 days. He's only played 4 games. Fucking hell, man.
It's mad.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, man. And look, I didn't even want Gakpo. So I'm not even doing the like, go hard for Gakpo thing. But I am trying to just make people understand you got to give time to a new player, man. You have to give time to a new player. Come on. He's been here for 20 days. Come on, guys, man. Come on.
Fair dues.
And apologies, man. I really didn't mean to punch you in the chest. I'm sorry, bro.
You did, bro.
No, honestly, I didn't, bro. I did. It was just the only comparison. It's the only...
Gave him the Leon Edwards, bro. Gave him the Leon Edwards.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. Forgive me, bro.
And yes, the people asking in the comments, yes, I am upset at the moment. I'm upset with Liverpool. And if you guys aren't upset with Liverpool, then you need to give your head a wobble. It's as real as that. Can't believe I'm seeing people, why is Cal so upset? I'm upset because we're 9th in the league and flipping out of the Carabao Cup. Could potentially go out of the FA Cup. And it looks like we're going to go out and it looks like we're going out of the Champions League and we ain't buying anyone. So yes, I'm upset. If you're not upset, then maybe you should look at yourself rather than looking at me. Who are vex, who are please. Jade Activist says, Gravenberch loan, who says no? None of us. Take
facts. Taking Gravenberch. He could be like what Zakara is doing for Chelsea right now.
Should have gone in for him in the summer.
Facts. I want to know how strong those Gravenberch links are because I don't even want to start thinking about it.
They're at that at the moment, I'd say.
Yeah, we're not about it like that.
But it's a loan, so there's hope.
Math says Mane was good right wing, then became elite left winger who demanded more from the opposition and tracked back also. Having no backup for Salah in 2023 is criminal. Facts.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. We do actually. Ben Doak, though, you, man.
Yeah, no backup.
I believe in the kid.
So do I, but we shouldn't be putting that sort of pressure on him.
Yeah,
I know, but some players are built to take it, and I think he's good.
I hear that, but I'm just not sure.
If you're doing up Klopp and FSG right now. You're doing up Klopp and FSG
because I have to, Cal.
No, you don't have to.
But you know what I've done, Cal? I've gone in the cupboard and I've realized there's only sardines. So now I've got to whip up a meal with what I've got, bro.
Bruv, no one's look. If my missus cooks a really disgusting meal, I'm not going to sit there and pretend it tastes nice. I'm going to say, babe, you know what? This weren't the one, but thank you for your effort. I'm going to sit there and be like,
depends how you want your night to go, Cal. Wink, wink.
Bruv, you know what? I'm be real, bruv. There's other nights, bruv, innit? Like,
come on, bro. We're all men here. You know when there's that moment where you're like, yeah, tonight needs to be the night. I'm in that mood. Tonight needs to be the night. Come on, man.
No, I ain't, bro.
I'll be honest.
Hey, this is nice, you know. Still, have you tried on that?
Nah, if the food that people know I ain't lying. If the food don't taste good, I'm saying, innit?
Eat for yourself. Math says Gerrard played with crap at times, but was still 8 out of 10. That's very true as well.
Gerrard's different kettle of fish, man. He's different, innit?
No, but I mean, if people are comparing Salah to Gerrard and Salah has the right to be compared to Gerrard,
there were conversations that's what I was
then there's a conversation around that as well. Matt Bickerzette says we've never had backup to Salah to take some of the heat off. Facts.
Agreed.
Well, Shaqiri, but That's the closest we've come, and even
He
that.
never really got utilised at all, though.
That one I won't really blame on Klopp because he picked up a lot of injuries and then went Turkey without telling anyone and come back with a fresh trim. So can't really blame
And got
Klopp.
even warmer as well. Like it's about
At least Naby waited till the summer. Do you know what I mean? Fair play.
Yeah, for real. Pimp in Distress says, to be fair, Cav, Klopp and I were fighting for custody. Even I would tell you to take him, not this version of Klopp. I ain't going home with the biological dad. He ain't been cooking. He ain't been cleaning. Something's wrong with the biological dad at the moment. Froggy says, when will forwards and midfielders take responsibility and tell Salah to take a break? He's been covering their ass from the start. 350k per week is back pay. I mean, Salah's is grown man as well, though. Like, Salah shouldn't be relying on the whole team to make him look good either, if he's that guy, which he is that guy.
Imran just made a good point, guys. Are you still telling her meal don't taste nice if it's Misha Tate?
Yes.
Man said because it's Misha Tate, you know.
Well, I don't care.
It don't matter, bro.
Enjoy your armbar for afters.
Bro, if you want to fight, we'll fight then, innit? I'll lose, but I'll fight. I'm not going to simp to her. I'm not going to simp to anyone, bro. The food don't taste, bro. Isn't it better for me to go, babe? The food didn't taste nice.
I appreciate
Why
it.
don't you try a different time next time? And when it tastes nice the next time, then she knows I'm being genuine.
Man
And then that
said
night, even better than that night.
Misha
No,
Tate.
bro. You are 100% right. But like I said, your evening won't end how you wanted it to, though, innit? So.
Then, bruv, I'll whack on an episode of Kopish from back in the day and have a good laugh to myself then, innit, bruv? Like, life goes on, bruv.
One of those Friday night shows.
Yeah, bruv. When we did
Life
the
ain't
wrestling Gold Dust
it ain't
and all that.
easy.
When we did that Gold Dust and Macho Man and all that, bruv. I'll be all right, man. MZ says, I'm clopping, but he's a one-trick pony with tactics. I disagree. He's not a one-trick pony. He just decides not to use others. He's actually not. That's probably the most frustrating thing with Klopp. He's not a one-trick pony. He's utilized different formations since he's been at Liverpool. He's utilized.
Can I also add to that as well that the majority of elite level managers have had that always labeled at them when they stop winning? So maybe elite level managers, generally speaking, all kind of have that main system. And it's just one of those ones where some places it works, some places it don't. And if you don't have the personnel, it's difficult. Conte, Mourinho, Wenger, we're talking about elite level managers that was all labeled with that exact same thing. Don't know how to change, can only play one way. But how well did they do when they had the players that could play the system the way they needed it to? So you got to look at it from both angles on that one.
You lot need to stop comparing me to Andrew Tate and them, man. We ain't alike still.
No, they're not.
Them man are different, bro. Yeah, them man are different.
Alike. Andil says Klopp not playing people in the right position is a problem. Agreed. Froggy says Lewandowski, Klopp, one Klopp year is 2 years off your career. Raw.
What is that?
What
Lewandowski
Lewan said?
actually said?
He could never have thrown.
No, I doubt Lewandowski would have said that.
He could never have said that.
I need to find that quote.
Man made his career, bro.
He made Lewandowski.
But
if Lewandowski said that, that would be a bit bad, man.
And Lewandowski's first season in Dortmund was hella doo-doo.
I'm not being funny though. To play devil's advocate, if Lewandowski's saying that, could there not be some credence to it though?
Yeah, I wouldn't even deny.
Comment, but
I'm not saying it's not even true. I'm just surprised he said it.
That should be kept behind closed doors.
That's
it should be. It should be.
When you have your interview when everyone's retired and that, and like, you know what I mean, you're out of the game.
Yeah. It's bad, man.
Beretta 93 says Jurgen Klopp, a good manager, is the biggest myth in football. I disagree with that.
Disagree with that as well.
Well, Beretta, why is that a myth? He's clearly a great man manager.
Probably thinking about in terms of favoritism and stuff like that. But every manager's had favorites. I genuinely, Jurgen Klopp's man management is some of the best you'll ever see. But you can't please everyone. That's being at the top. That's
life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Matt says
big up yourself, bro.
We don't have the legs. Getting outworked by Brentford and Brighton, not being able to change anything is poor. We don't keep the ball anymore. Sad thing. Yeah, I agree with that. Liverpool 12th man, aka Ghost, big up yourself, says name top 4 teams, 5 best minus with serious injuries. Yeah, it'd be sticky for all of them. To be fair, be sticky for all of them. I don't know if they'd be. That's the problem,
bro. You give 4 injuries right now to Arsenal, like to any of their 11, and all of a sudden you will see a totally different team. Like I know people always go, "Oh, you're making excuses," but I'm not even trying to be like funny here. But you see Chelsea. Have you not seen how many injuries they've got? I actually understand why they're below us in the table. I know they're buying up the place now, but they have got a disgusting injury list. Like, it is crazy how many injuries.
Even before the injuries, though, they were stinking out the place in the same way we were.
But haven't they had injuries all season, Cal? Haven't they literally from the whole season just had injuries all year?
No. They changed their manager a couple of days before the season started and tried a new tactic, and it just went pear-shaped. Not everyone plays two-short ball.
But I could have sworn they've had injuries all year, though. I could have sworn they have.
So here it says Klopp favoritism is due to crap bench players that either Klopp or the transfer committee recruited. He doesn't trust the players on the bench. I mean, why are we trying to hang on to them then? To here, like, it doesn't make sense at the moment. Hisham says Salah up front and pass the ball to him in the right area more than 1.5 times a game, and the tried and tested and stopped trying to make 2 new players the main men. I still think Salah should be doing better.
100% it should be.
Matt Bickerzette says 4-2-3-1, striker Nunes, Gakpo as the 10, Diaz as left wing, Salah right wing. Potentially.
Maybe.
I was just reading 1892's comment there. What did that last one say, sir, bro?
Basically 4-2-3-1, Nunes striker, Gakpo in the 10, Diaz and Salah on the wings.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful, but obviously Diaz ain't back till next season. So
Bajan says, if you sell Kelleher, what's the price? For me, 30 mil to 25 million dollars. I guess 25 to 40 mil UK British tax season. I want to keep him in our team. I reckon we'll get about 25 to 30 for Kelleher.
I think same.
That would be a crime. That would actually be a crime if we only got 25 mil for Kelleher. I'm not even going to lie.
Same, I agree, Drift. Jamrock says, has Liverpool not been actively trying to sell Nat for the last 3 years? Yeah, they have. That is one player Liverpool have been trying to sell.
But I don't think he wanted to go to any of the clubs that wanted to buy him now. That's what...
we just put the valuation too high and clubs weren't willing to match it.
I don't think it's too high, Cal. 20 million is actually good money.
Not too high in our eyes, but in clubs' eyes it is, or else he would have been sold. To here says Man City can afford to sell players because they have players who can replace their positions. We don't. We have no player covering no one. Yeah, that's true. Beige and Barnes, Klopp FSG, sell my number 2, and if Ali gets injured, Millie can cover the spot. Don't even joke like that, Jamrock, bro. Because we've seen Dean says, hola, gents, big up yourself, Dean. Klopp signed a contract knowing all the pros and cons on how LFC is run. Klopp always says he's happy with the squad. He said it himself.
All right, Dean, on this one. He wants to be Liverpool manager. And this is to everyone who keeps on going, oh, but he signed a contract. Yes, he did sign a contract because he adores the club. He loves living in the city. His wife loves living in the city. His family is settled. And he realizes how special we are as a club, as a fan base, everything. I get that he shouldn't want to be somewhere where he's going to be under restrictions if he doesn't like the restrictions. But sometimes 2 things can be true at once. You can be really annoyed at the restrictions, but you can love the situation, so you will stay. And I know it's kind of peak, and I know people thought it was a bit mad, but like I said, fellatio. You can love the girl. If she's not doing it, you might be annoyed. Or swap it around, and if you're a woman, whatever. But it doesn't mean you're just going to be like, I don't want this relationship anymore. Why would you? It's a great relationship. It's a great relationship. You just have to deal with the fact that that's something that you want, but you're not going to get it. Compromise. That's what life is, people. It's about compromise. So, all Klopp's doing is compromising. Come on, man. You can't just say, I signed the deal, so it's his fault. He loves the club. He adores Liverpool. He wants to be our manager. We should actually really be happy at that. That he knows he's got all these restrictions and he still wants to be our manager. You know, we've only won what we've won because we're actually like in his debt. You know, he did everything he did in spite of the ownership, not because of the ownership. Like,
Will you say the same about Harry Kane if he signs a new deal at Tottenham?
bro, I actually have full respect for his loyalty to the club, like Matt Letizia, if he does stay. I think it'll be a bad decision, but bro, it's a bit different because a manager can be a manager for 30, 40 years. A player's only got about 15 years and then he can't play anymore. So your career's so much shorter, you've got to make a lot more decisions on what you're going to do.
If Harry Kane signs a new contract and then comes out next year and goes, I'm disappointed we ain't won anything, and he's at Spurs, respectfully, everyone's going, what the hell did you expect, big man?
But I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm Harry Kane, but my situation is Liverpool, I probably would stay, Cal, because I love Liverpool.
But it's not Liverpool.
No, but what I'm saying is he supports Tottenham, though, right? Doesn't Harry Kane actually support Tottenham? Like he's a Tottenham boy through and through.
He loves the
so
club.
I get it. I get it, bro.
He knows the chance of winning trophies is very low. If he stays,
but I don't think he will stay. I don't think he will stay. He tried to leave last year, remember? I don't think he will stay. He's going to go Man United, which is really going to piss me off.
Yafu says, Drift, is Martinelli still clear of Saka?
I don't even think I've ever had a conversation about Martinelli versus Martial versus.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, sorry. So I thought I said Martial for some reason.
Oh.
I think Martinelli's more talented, but Saka's more effective.
Saka's the truth. I've been saying it for time, man.
He's not as good as people say he is, but he's a good
better
player.
than a lot of people say he is.
No, he's not.
Doogie says, Drifty still got to make that book of analogies. Big up yourself, Doogie.
When I get some time, man. When I get some time.
Math says, we said Klopp turned water into wine for those years despite FSG's lack of investment. The wine is now sour. Why can't Klopp have a war chest? FSG, we have food at home. Yeah, that's on FSG.
That is definitely FSG. Can we have McDonald's? No, we've got food at home.
Not always wrong, though, because I do that at home as well. But you got to learn, innit? If I teach my kids how to fish, they eat for a lifetime. If I go and buy them a fish, they only eat for one night, innit? Omar says, even with the signings, won't work till Klopp fixes up. I agree with that as well. Dean says, different levels. Our rivals have better squad depth, tactics, and bench. We got Jones, Milner, and Reece James to come on and try and win us the game. That's mad. I'll be honest, I never understand when we're trying to win a game while Curtis Jones comes off the bench.
Even I've given up on Jonesy now.
JC says, blame equals 60% FSG, 40% Klopp. Drift fighting for that 10%. I get it, though. Klopp is the guy who made us all happen. Who made it all happen. I agree with that.
I will always ride for Klopp. Pause.
I'm out here doing spice, bro. This is how I like it.
Hey, people have got too fucking much of a dirty mind. I swear down, bro.
Sean big up. Sean says, Drift talking back. Cal been negative since Apple Juice Gate. Leave me alone, Sean. Big up yourself, Sean. Cam J says, Jota and Diaz had Mane at striker, left wing, massive difference. Gakpo has had some good touches and dribbling in tight spaces, and he's had Elliott and Carvalho instead. True. Messi FC says, could Curtis Jones still become Liverpool captain? Drift sounds like your Pep Linda's book editor. On a real note, what is Hendo's legacy? At LFC overrated?
No, Henderson's legacy at Liverpool is underrated. But no, I don't think Curtis Jones will ever be Liverpool captain.
What about you, Cal?
Definitely. No, man. You know I don't. You know what?
Sure.
You know. Yeah.
Okay. I also don't think Trent will ever be. But anyway.
Who's got a better chance, you think? Just out of interest.
Drifty, you need to know when to pick your battle, Drifty. Still, bro. You see how I just said no? and just left it there. You had to go to Trent.
I know, but I didn't like the way Matt. I didn't like the way Matt was so
Bruv,
smug.
we're gonna have to hold this L until we hit the grave, bro.
Yeah.
You know what
no,
it
no.
is? It's because
Trent has
you,
a
man.
better
We
chance.
remember
Trent
we
has
were
a
going
better
back and
doubled
forth.
down on it because we
Yeah,
doubled
man,
down.
we
on it.
doubled
Trent has a better chance. I agree.
I
Trent
got
has a better
rushed,
chance.
bruv.
But Curtis is still a better captain. But yeah, we move.
KO Knuckles says our club remind me of Danny Dyer in Mean Machine.
Yeah, but in the end, Danny Dyer was all right, innit? I swear, Mean Machine, he was all right in the end. So I hope Liverpool are all right in the end.
Chainsaw says, what are your dream tactics and who plays low blow versus us? Low block, I'm guessing.
Low block. What?
As of right now, I'm playing 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-3.
Yeah.
As of right now,
Yeah. Agreed.
I ain't playing this.
Remember the team I played
Getting the
with
ball
that I said
to
before in
our
that
midfielders.
in that formation? Yeah. Three at the back.
Trent just picking up the ball and playing it down the line to Salah, or Hendo getting the ball and trying to play it down the line to Salah and making him chase it while he's surrounded by four men. Like,
I'm not giving up on my 4-4-2 idea, but I do like you lot's formation.
I'm sure you're not, bro. Matt Bickerzette says, Mr. Eubank fight, old man strength is real. Also, not keeping your hands up or grabbing a man while you're getting a barrage of punches in the corner. Eubank,
I have no idea why Roy Jones Jr. allowed Eubanks to try and adopt his style in his 30s.
He's not trying to adopt his style. Eubank's been doing this.
Nah, bro, you could see he's trying to think he's Roy Jones now, bro. All the hands down and all that. He thinks he's Roy Jones now, bro.
Eubank's been doing this from the beginning of his career, bro.
Not the way he's doing it now, though, bro. He's got that Roy Jones swag. Like, he's trying to be Roy Jones, bro. He is, bro.
He's been doing it his whole career. The difference is he's now stepped up in competition where that stuff don't work anymore. That's the difference.
I mean, maybe, but I do. He thinks he's Roy Jones, though.
Him separating from his dad as well, and not only that, I think it's not an excuse, but this is the circumstantial. Obviously, what happened to the Eubanks family as well. I think it was 2021, innit, where they, because remember he said how much this fight meant to him. Obviously for their brother, innit. Remember they lost their brother. Do you know what I mean? So
I didn't even know that. I didn't.
Yeah. He lost his brother, innit.
Eubanks, bruv. Not to mention Conor Ben. With all that stuff, he had to go.
There's a lot of stuff that I think was going on with him.
I didn't even know somebody passed.
And I don't know if you saw the
Eubank for a second, but he's better than what he showed on Saturday.
100%. Yeah, I fully agree with that.
Like he should be beating Liam Smith. With all due respect to Liam Smith, he should be.
Yeah, he should be comfortably as well.
Yeah,
and he was beating him up until that barrage of punches.
He
as well.
was in it. That's
silly.
Yeah, it's mad.
Matt Bickerzette. Oh, sorry, I read that one already. Jamrock says, Cal, all of this Kelleher being sold in January came from Pierce giving an opinion if he thought Kelleher could be sold on the Born and Red YouTube stream. Big up Born and Red. That was a great interview, by the way. Yeah, I know Jamrock, but I think common sense just depicts that Kelleher's going to look at the situation, probably think I can get a starting place at a top club, so why not? Yo, what's good says, do you guys think Klopp plays too vertical? I swear, I hoofed the ball to Nunes soon as we over the halfway. Also funny, I thought Bajcetic was as more composed under pressure on the ball than Hendo and Fabinho. He seems like it at the moment.
Yeah.
I do believe that the yellow card changed the way Bajcetic was playing.
Agreed.
But it was his fault for diving in and having that stupid tackle. So, and somebody asked Casemiro what the hell he was doing, getting that yellow card against Crystal Palace to miss the Arsenal game. Come that man did it on purpose to Ross.
Yeah, he wanted a little break. Sorry, guys, give me a minute. Could you just?
It's all part of the conspiracy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Cool. We just heard that one now, innit? With the vertical. Cool. Big up. Pimp of Distress said, Drift, did you refer back to the F word analogy? What we doing there? That's some cunning lingus. Pimp, you know.
Me do let them thing there.
Pimp, you know. Cam J says, has man got a picture of the cake he made after Naby's debut? Also, big up gents every time. I like 4-2-3-1 with Gakpo at 10. That would be fire. Fire for them.
I hear you.
Maver says, have you guys seen the interview with JW Henry in front of the Red Sox regarding Fenway P ticket prices? At his old age, it's strange how stingy he is. I saw it when he mentioned
his old age,
when I think they started booing in it. It was peak. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, bruv. He's getting booed in Boston by his own people, bruv.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't lie.
And these are the people that we're hoping sell our club. These man only paid 300 million for Liverpool and they're deliberating over 4.5 billion. Like, that is stingy, man. I know you're trying to get what you think the club is worth, but if I only paid 300 million for something, I'm not haggling over a couple of 100 million when we're talking the club's going for over 3 billion. Come on, man. Like, it is. It's just being stingy, man. It's just doing what suits you, not what suits everybody. And I know it's very easy for me to maybe say that sitting back here when it's not me, but I still know what my personality is like. If I paid 300 mil for something and I'm getting 3 billion back, I'm all right, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just do what we like. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? 3 billion pound profit. Come on, man. 3.3 billion. That's what they should be asking for. They get back the 300 mil they spent and they make 3 billion pound profit. And then everybody goes their happy, merry go away, man.
Everyone goes their way. But I think that's everything. Yeah, it is. Listen, guys, anything you want to say before we head out?
I mean, I thought we was going to touch on the Gravenberch stuff, but I guess there's nothing concrete. Kind
of did, to be fair. Like, been linked on loan.
There's because you asked me how serious it was. I didn't see.
There's 7 days, guys. There's 7 days until deadline day.
If don't do this, or I'll come off the screen, bro.
There's 7 days till deadline.
Mess up, bro.
No, Cal. As Saeed would say, Saeed would say, don't go anywhere. What's wrong with you lot, man? Where you lot going? Now, people.
Bro,
I get a lot. I get a lot of people that like tell me that I'm being a Klopp defender, so to speak, right? And that I talk about FSG too much. But there's 7 days left in the window. 7 days left.
Matt, I'm gonna make this easy. How much money you putting on we getting a signing, Drift?
Oh, I'm not putting any money on us getting a signing.
Then. How much money? Hold on. How much money would you put on us not getting a signing?
Everything in my bank.
All right, cool. Is there anything
but you lot don't think that's the owner's fault, no?
Say again?
No.
You don't think that's the owner's fault?
That's on the owner. That is on the owners. That's on the owners. That's on the owners. That's on the owners. If Klopp don't get money to spend, that's on the owners, isn't it? That's on the owners.
And I've got another question for you. I've got another question for you lot. Do you lot think there's any truth in that we are going to wait until the final 48 hours to put pressure on Wolves for Neves because he's only got 18 months left on his...
I think we'll make that effort.
I think we'll bid just for the sake
for
of
giggles.
Knowing that we're...
So,
can I ask you, look, because you lot already know how I feel. I love Neves. Would you lot actually accept Neves as the January midfield purchase? Would you lot be okay with that?
I'd accept you or Matt as a January midfielder, right?
but real talk, because he's 25 years old, so we'll be buying him for the actual future. So he would actually be a mainstay in the Liverpool team.
He's a baller. Neves is a baller. Put him around the right people.
You'd be all right with it, yeah.
But you have to put him around the right people. For example,
if I'm buying Neves, I don't want to hear 4-3-3.
No,
playing in 4-3-3.
Could you imagine Thiago, Neves and Fabinho doing that 3-man midfield, high press?
Nah, there's not enough legs. There's not enough legs in there.
There isn't a leg. What are you talking about?
No. We can't go that far, but there's not enough legs.
If you're playing Neves, put him next to a destroyer and let him do the Xabi Alonso thing. Please. It's as basic as it gets.
Yeah, no facts, bro.
Do you know what would be a dream midfield? What would be a dream midfield for me if it had to include Neves? Would be Neves, Thiago, and a Caicedo.
Hold on, wait. Sorry, I just saw something. Football gossiper. A bit more context here. I think Kone coming out on wanting Liverpool might have. When did this happen? I need answers. When did this happen?
Is he talking about when?
Hold on, you knew about this, Matt, and you kept it to yourself.
No, were you there?
I thought we were brothers there still.
No, you was there when one of the people from the show, from our chat,
Oh, is
big
it
up.
that? Oh, when he said
Yeah,
they
yeah.
saw...
He would love to go to Liverpool, but
Okay.
I think it's from that. That's what I'm gathering. Yeah. Because I haven't heard nothing else.
Anyhow, I see Kone say, I'd love to play for Liverpool, it's a dream, and we don't sign Kone, I'll wash my hands.
But Cal Gakpo's already said it's his dream to play for Liverpool. We know we're not gonna sign him. Varvadal say you lot got
I'm going to be annoyed about that one as well. But the fact that we are desperate for a centre midfielder with legs who's press resistant and can pass and tackle, and he's saying I want Liverpool and we don't do it, I'm going to have a big problem.
If Liverpool don't sign
Varvadal, why summer
down,
meltdown was bad. You like ain't seen nothing yet. That's all I'm saying. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Boy.
Go says, why not do Football Manager or do a FIFA simulation suggestion? We've been doing Football Manager, and only Matt and Drifty can really say it's been beneficial to their lives, to be honest.
I mean, I think we can talk about this now, right? It's kind of been long enough. Big up the members each and every time, and guys as well. This week, we will be announcing the winner of our Henderson competition. Obviously, you guys know I was away on personal leave, so a lot of stuff got like pushed to the back burner. But obviously, the members, don't worry, you guys have still got that exciting competition coming up this week. But big up the members. I can just say it now, innit? In fact, I'm actually going to release a video about it. There's a reason why in the title, people
about it.
Yeah, wow. People knighted me. No, because this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
I said people knighted him. You know?
This is a big deal.
Anyone can win a tournament. It's about a league, fam. That's what I'm gonna say.
Anyone can win a tournament. Anyone, what a World Cup? Anyone can win a World Cup, Matt. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Anyone, people to the non-members.
For the people that have watched it, go watch the match between me and Drift. That's what I'm gonna say.
All I'm saying is, I'm out here winning World Cups. That's why the members knighted me. The members knighted me. That's why it says Sir Drift. If anybody didn't know what was going on, that's why I am Sir Drift now. The members knighted me. I brought football home. I took England to the promised land, and I brought football home.
Well done.
And who was my player of the tournament?
Sickest guy, bro.
The superstar that I told everybody he's a bad boy, and I hate bigging him up because he plays for the enemy. But I told, man. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to release a video. Sir Drift. They knighted me. I fucking brought football home. I won the World Cup. That is the biggest achievement in Football Manager history. I won the World Cup. Look at their faces.
I think he means me, you know.
Look at their faces. I won the World Cup.
You don't remember?
No, remember the match me and Drift when I had like 25 shots and one shot.
Mexico, Drift, Matt.
I don't remember anything but me lifting it, Cal, if I'm being completely honest with you, bro.
Oh, yeah, you might. Oh.
Yeah.
Glad
you can laugh about it, Matt. Cheers.
And I'm not even gonna lie. For the people who haven't got a clue what's happening, yes, I had to get through Matt to win the World Cup.
And how did you do that, Drift?
I'll bust your claw, innit?
People, go watch the video. Go watch the video.
It was the smashiest of the grabbiest in history.
Fam, man had like 25 shots. Mbappe missed every one-on-one.
Matt
Drift
had some
one chance. One
stupid,
goal.
like 18 expected goals or something. Drift had 0.2 and won the game.
It was the maddest game I've ever seen, like ever. But fair play, I always give credit where credit's due. I didn't win the game. My players didn't want to finish their dinner, so it is what it is.
My man, them out here saying you're salty, the Salt Bay, Matt.
No. If I saw the Salt Bay, then I'll be doing this.
To be fair, that was what I was sprinkling over my team. Also, I'm saying it's been a long enough time now that everybody should have watched it by now. Big up the members, big up everyone who loved it. I won the World Cup. So when I'm talking tactics and that, and I'm saying to people like what my ideas are, I do believe I should actually have a little bit more like belief put into me. I won the World Cup, people. It's the biggest achievement in Football Manager history.
Were you in the league, Drift? You know that the league thing that we're all doing.
What
as well,
league? What league?
You know, say me I run things there, you know.
What league? I won the fucking World
That's
Cup,
what I'm
bro.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, that's fair dues. I mean, you're not top. You're playing well though, but you're not top.
Am I unbeaten? I think I am.
You are unbeaten, but you're not top, and there's half a league to go. Anything can happen.
I'm not
bro.
top. I am top. What are you talking about?
No, you're not. What's the name of the team that's above him
No,
again?
I'm
Cal,
on-
that's
I
got
think I'm-
Haaland as their striker.
I'm on top.
No,
bro.
no, you're
top.
not, bruv. The team
Drift,
with Haaland is up
all
top.
right.
Drift, he's not lost the game. Everyone else has lost
I've
the
beaten
game.
everybody, bro. Everybody I've played,
No,
I've beaten.
Yeah, but I think that team that's got Haaland in it has won every game
I
as well.
beat them. I've beat every team.
Oh, well, you top. Oh, it's yours to lose then, Matt. Congratulations.
That's right.
It's yours to
That's
lose.
right.
Man. Well done.
We're going. And listen, we're going to everyone's ground. Oh, no, sorry, I've been to your ground already and already beat you in it. Yeah. So I can't even go to your ground. You have to come to my ground now.
Oh, but remember when you laughed at me because
No,
you
no
said
one's
that
there.
I was making excuses about Mbappe. But what did you do after our clash? You started to rinse
You
off
want to
Mbappe,
World Cup,
right?
innit?
Welcome
You want to
to
World
my
Cup without
world.
Mbappe, innit?
Said
Welcome
Dylan,
to my
man.
world.
That's what
Innit?
I'm
Said
saying.
Dylan,
Just
man.
saying. Just saying. When I win my thing, you know what I'm saying? Man would have done a
No,
double, bro.
bro. Listen, I'm gonna be quite honest with you.
Home and away.
And I'm not just saying this. I was so disappointed in the way my campaign was going with Mbappe just missing chance after chance after chance.
know what?
Bro, I want to keep it a buck with you. Now I've won the World Cup. I don't give a damn.
Of course
I
you're gonna say
don't
that. But you know what else I'm gonna say?
It is what it is.
I
bro.
swear you lot did that when I wasn't around. What was I there, Cal, for one of just games?
No, you was out, so there was no need for you to be a part.
Yeah,
of it.
no. But I'm just saying, intimidation factor. You know them ones there.
You was out,
That's
bro.
what
There
I'm
was no
saying.
need for you to be a part.
behind closed doors ones. Yeah, that's
Cal,
cool, that's
Cal.
cool, that's cool.
Allow me,
Conveniently,
man.
he wasn't
That's cool.
around.
I'm just
Man,
saying,
I've got
behind
no-
closed doors and that.
I've
Yeah?
got no horse in this race, you man. Just leave me out of it, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Just saying. I wasn't there in it, so I can't really verify it.
If I never
Allegedly,
play
this
Football
stuff
Manager,
happened.
then it'll be too soon.
Just saying.
Man was saying your book isn't called Intensity, it's called Excuses.
Bruv, people, go watch the video. Go
My-
watch the game between me and Drift, and you'll see what happens.
My book's called Insanity.
And then go and watch the other ones. And you see I'm cooking up the place. But we move.
Jamrock says if rather though a Jurgen Klopp centre back, check his profile of centre backs at Mainz, Borussia Dortmund, and Liverpool.
That don't sound good.
He needs to become his type of centre back.
For real.
Oh, sorry, and I'd just like to cover out, I also won the World Cup without Saka.
Wow,
Saka.
you really are proud of
Star
this World
boy.
Cup thing, innit?
Of course I fucking am, bro. I won the World Cup, bro.
I wasn't there, so I don't know, bro.
No, it's coming.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
It's coming.
Better FIFA
Football's
corruption there.
coming on.
I'm just saying.
It's coming. A friend.
Just
Hey,
saying.
look, I'm just saying.
We weren't fully squadded up, you know?
And,
But,
you know what makes it so great is that everybody kind of sniggered and laughed at me when I picked England as well. I remember the dirty looks I was getting, like England drift. Okay.
We'll see. League time, innit? Don't forget that.
Yeah. Don't get scared
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Don't get scared now, man.
How
You gotta
can I
make
be
sure you're gonna
scared?
win that. Don't bottle it. You're
I've
top of the league.
beaten
Don't bottle it.
everybody. I haven't lost.
Don't bottle it.
What am I
We have to
scared
play-
about?
We have to play again. I'm gonna bring my England form into the league.
I'm
I've
sure
won my
you
last
will.
two. If I'm not mistaken, I
Remember,
won
you
my
got
last two
Mbappe.
games in the league.
I
I'm gonna drop-
listen. Well
I'm
done
gonna
for your
drop.
World Cup.
I'm not
Listen,
gonna lie to you, bruv. I'm gonna drop
Drift,
that fastly.
Drift. All I'm gonna
drop
say
that
before we
fastly.
go, well done for your World Cup. I'm sorry I wasn't there to give you a round of applause, but well done. I'm sure
wouldn't
Cal
give me a
can
round of
validate it for
applause.
you. Cal
You
can
know what?
validate it for you.
And you want to know something,
won it.
guys?
You
I
won
will.
it.
I will actually.
I think Drifty wants the blue tick, Cal, like Twitter. He wants that. Blue
I will
verification.
actually stick up for Cal right here, right now. Cal
there,
gave
man.
me all the flowers. He was completely complimentary, and he bigged me up. If Matt
Well
was
done.
there, I think there would have been hella hating.
Why would I be
I'm just
hating?
saying. I think there would have been.
Did I give you your
hella
flowers?
hating, bro. No, you
What?
wouldn't have given me my flowers.
What?
You know, if you give me
I
my
would've done-
flowers now,
Bro.
I would have done a Kanye to Taylor Swift, yeah? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
bro.
Bro,
He would have
Listen.
ruined my celebration. He would have done all
people,
kinds.
rewind the episode. I said, listen, I had all the shots in the world and I didn't score. I said, you know what? Don't hold my hands up. I give a man props. I didn't win the game, innit? Did I not say that, people, on my line?
so-
Put
okay,
a one in the
so-
chat if I said that, people. I'll put a two in the chat if I'm lying.
Okay,
All right,
then, Matt. So how
see in
come?
the league. I see
So
the
how?
league, Drift.
So how comes when we
I've seen
cut
the
the
league.
show and we weren't live anymore,
I've
you
seen the
called me
league,
a
brother.
pussy?
You're lying.
Stop making up stuff. This guy's agendas are crazy, bro. Cal, don't give him that blue verification tick, bro.
No, you can't have it now, bro. You
You
can't,
can't verify that. You
Man's
can't
using fake
verify that.
documents, bro.
Man's just coming out wild, you know.
Using
You're
fake
moving like Twitter where they say we're getting taken over by everybody. You know, them ones there, bro. But nah, league time, you know what time it is.
Nah.
Unbeaten.
Look, it is what it
Asian
is, man.
says, you know what made me happy this season with LFC Dark Times is Everton being relegated.
They lost Lampard, didn't it?
Uh,
But I mean,
You
Oh,
know
is
what?
Lampard, is he gone?
Do you know? Yeah.
yeah.
You know what the perfect situation would have been last season? Us winning the quad and Everton getting relegated. Out of all the things I wanted last season, I only got one of them, and that was Arsenal dropping out the top 4. We were that close to getting Everton relegation, and we were that close to the quad. And now this season, we ain't going to get anything. Because Everton will get out of this now. Now they're getting a new manager. They got new manager bounce and all that nonsense. They'll get out of it now.
True.
I don't know, you know, their team.
They probably will now. They probably will now, you know.
Their team is struggling.
Drift, I ain't got luck when it comes to football. I've just accepted it now. What I want, I really get in football. I'm
starting to think Tarkovsky might be a bad luck charm. He could get relegated. He could get back-to-back relegations.
Everton play us soon as well.
Yeah.
They do. Sunday.
Why couldn't they just keep Lampard in charge?
No, not Sunday. The third. Sorry. No. Is it the third? Fourth?
I think the 4th.
The 4th. They play us on the 4th. Sorry.
Raw, Duncan Ornstein said it could be Ferguson who gets the job again.
Yeah, he'll run it back. Same way. He's a
What I will
legend.
say, I rate Klopp for sticking up for himself on the touchline and all that. Don't be Ferguson on the touchline.
No. Don't be Ferguson.
No, but there was a lot of man them in between, so he knew what he was doing, innit?
Nah, Ferguson will run through them.
Duncan Ferguson is not the guy to mess with, man.
I know. But still.
Man had intruders, you know.
But Klopp can't be an idiot, though. Can't have a manager be an idiot, though.
No. But obviously just...
Like I said before, he knew what time it was. He saw the man in front. He said, "Yo,
if Ngannou taking the mick, you know, you'd say something back a bit firm, but you wouldn't take it too far, innit?
No, of course not. You just got, like I said before,
Just
if I'm in the ring, when I'm in the ring and they're raising my hand and Ben Askren's on the floor, and then Ngannou's like, "You think you're bad?" I will say the maddest stuff, you know, knowing that there's best security, and you man will be there as well. So it's calm, innit? It's calm.
Nah, but why have you got to throw us in there? What for you to have an argument with Ngannou?
I'm just saying there'll be better security and all that stuff. I don't really care. But obviously,
you know, Ngannou's a free agent, so you can actually get that smoke if you want it, you know, man.
Careful, man.
He doesn't need permission from anybody to take a man's head off.
I think he wants a lot of money still in it. I ain't really got that paper.
I'll pay to watch you fight Ngannou.
You ain't got enough, bro. Trust me. When I said we can sell Kopish, we still don't have enough. He wants 50. I don't know what he wants. A lot of money.
Yeah, he does seem like he's being a bit greedy. I know he's worth a lot.
He's not.
I won't say greedy. I think what it is, he just wants. But he wants a bit more control. He wants more control, bro.
No, but from what I've heard. From the breakdown of the
pension them out. Let's not get carried away.
His contract was going to be the biggest contract given to any heavyweight in history.
It wasn't to do with the money.
Fair enough.
He wanted healthcare. He wanted to be able to do other things. He's 100% right for sticking to his guns. He's one of the only people who's done it. He shows balls and character.
I'm not even saying that he was wrong for what he was doing, but I'm not going to lie. A guaranteed 8 mil for a fight plus box office was a huge deal.
How much are UFC making? How much are UFC making off that fight?
No, I get that, but UFC fighters don't make guaranteed 8 mil a fight. So in the UFC world, he was going to be getting paid what he was worth.
No, Drift. He's not getting paid what he's worth. He's getting paid what the company want to pay him. He's out there fighting. Dana's handing out flyers effectively and sending out tweets and promotional videos. He's the one going in the cage, standing across from another man who's ready to kick his head off. Yeah,
but there's hardly anyone who can kick his head off.
Bro, whether they can or can't, bro, all it takes is one shot. No one thought Usman would get slept by a Leon. All it takes is one shot, bro. You're going in there in boxer shorts and gloves, bro. All it takes is one shot. Let's keep it real now.
Man said boxer shorts and glove.
Like
that's it, you know.
Bruv, he ain't being
Look,
greedy.
I'm just upset because I wanted him to stay in the UFC and fight John
And
Jones.
it's the UFC's fault, bro.
GSC's fault. They dropped the ball with that one, not him.
Man, like Paulo Costa fighting for the championship and getting 70 to show up and 70 to win. 70K.
Yeah, that's
What?
crazy.
Nat Phillips makes that in a week, bruv.
No, but you know how Dana moved,
Wow,
though, innit? Dana
I
moved
didn't
mad,
even
though,
know
innit?
there was.
Come on,
Nat
man.
Like that.
Put that into context. Nat Phillips makes what Paulo Costa made
Bruv,
to fight another human being.
do you know when I knew
Yeah,
Dana's basically like another kind of version of Vince McMahon, bro.
Yeah, he's
He allowed Conor McGregor to mash up people. Remember, he threw the thing on the bus. People actually got hurt. People had to go to hospital. Yeah, and
Dana's
then
FSG.
when they
He's
put him,
FSG.
and then when they put him on the spot straight away, they were like, "Is he done?" He was like, "I just can't talk about him." Where to tear. And then what is it? A year and a half or a year later, whatever. Man's using that as a promo. As for the
Look,
for the event.
you lot are 100% right, but
Can't use that as a promo, bro.
Ngannou would have probably made around 12 to 15 million per fight, including the pay-per-views. And I'm just saying that is good money. He is probably worth more than that, but I'm saying that is good money though. So I'm just disappointed he walked away from it. That's all.
How much did Fury and Wilder get for their fights?
But boxing's always going to make more money than UFC. It's more popular.
It's not.
No, it is, bro. Boxing will always be the biggest combat.
No, it's
No,
not.
John, it is. John, it is. I think if I look at the Ngannou thing, Ngannou probably wanted that more freedom within his contract. For example, Conor McGregor is the only person that I know that's able to do something outside of the UFC. Remember when he fought Mayweather, that all went through Dana, you know? That wasn't like, obviously Mayweather promotion, McGregor promotion thing had his own thing, but it still had to go through Dana. And the thing is, Dana allowed him to do that. We know why. Dana got some of that cake, but
Conor made 100 mil. How much do you think Dana made?
Bro,
let that sink in.
You know, that's his biggest payday ever.
All he did was fly around the world with Conor, get up on stage and go, Conor McGregor. That's what he did.
Conor.
Yeah.
Conor. That's all he has to say. Conor. That's it, bro.
Man should be getting way more money than they get.
What's so mad is he was moving like he was Conor's manager.
But all he's asking for is healthcare, you know? Healthcare.
Telling you, bro.
It's mad. I respect Ngannou, bro, because a lot of fighters wouldn't have had the balls to do what he's done.
It's true.
No, I agree with that.
Where them talked about, I'm not getting paid enough. The next thing you know, they get a new contract and they shut up. They shut up about it. Nah. Ngannou did a real man thing right there. Nothing but respect for him. And if you're watching Ngannou, I don't ever want smoke, bro. I just want to be friends.
No, we don't want the smoke. We wouldn't mind an interview though, but no smoke.
Yeah, the interview would be calm. We just want to be friends. We just want to be friends. All right, well, people, that's us for today. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Probably back on Wednesday. What are we, Monday now? Probably back on Wednesday. So make sure you switch on the notification bell. A full week of shows. Got a game on. When's our game? Sunday as well, isn't it?
Sunday, 1:30, I think.
Yeah, it's the biggest game of the whole season, that game, because the FA Cup's the only thing we can win. So
nothing like adding a bit of pressure to the cooker age.
Pain.
I'd go full strength against Brighton and then play a weakened team in the league.
You're mad.
I don't want to play well in the league to get conference football. I'd rather we were just dead food in the league and just didn't have Europe next year. You don't want to play conference on a Thursday? No, thanks.
How about we go for both, bro?
Because we're not getting top four. Top four is officially done.
Yeah, it's done. We're in ninth, fam. We're languishing.
It's not even about the position. We're 10 points behind the team in fourth
No, we're
place.
just in ninth. We're just not going to recover.
No, but you could be in ninth and be 3 points behind, depending on how the table is. What I'm saying is it's a 10-point swing to get into top four. We're not overcoming a 4-game turnaround.
So as things stand, if we win our game in hand, we go 7 points behind.
Even 7. We're not turning around 7 points on Man United.
Remember, because you're relying on the other team. It's the whole
Shall I
reliance.
be honest with you? Shall I be honest with you? Here's the killer. We could actually turn 7 points around. We actually could, but we won't.
Everyone was fit.
No, Cal, do you know why we can't, Cal? Because Man United and Newcastle are actually playing well.
Yeah, but they've still got to play each other, and we've still got to play them as well.
Yeah, but then we've got to not lose any games. and we're definitely not going to lose
Yeah,
another
but so with
game.
Newcastle, Man United, I'm not saying we're going to do it, by the way. I'm just saying the points total is not insurmountable. It's just the way
It's
we're
not
playing.
No,
crazy.
it's not
crazy.
insurmountable,
I just
but
don't-
the
it's
way
just
we're
not looking
playing,
likely
it's
right
Yeah,
done.
we could be 1 point behind right now, and we still probably wouldn't get
Yeah,
it.
the way we're playing, it's
Yeah,
done.
but it's just not looking likely, innit?
I mean, if you lot want to be optimistic, then fair
Oh,
play.
you
But
never heard me say we're going to get it, bro. I'm already planning for life. I already told my manager my day in the office might have to change again.
do you know what? We've spoken about this. It's going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
It's
Camp
actually
Hamilton
going to
show.
ruin everything.
Bruv, I may have to change my day at work. I'm going to have to beg my manager to change my day that I go
What
into
if
the
this is the plan? What if Klopp's realised the only trophy he hasn't won is the Europa League?
Then I'll say you should have gone to another club and won it with them and then come back to me.
No,
Facts, we're
as
not doing
Liverpool
that.
manager.
We're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Theo said Ngannou versus Chisora and Greg Hardy rumored for a Misfits card. I doubt it. I've heard that he's going to fight. Well, there's rumors it's going to be Dylan White, one in boxing, one in MMA. Makes sense.
Dylan White will get
the biggest rumor is
Dylan White will
that
get messed up.
they're going to
bro.
have a massive
Dylan.
payday in him and Tyson
Dylan's
Fury, isn't it?
Yeah, Dylan's a very good kickboxer.
No, Dylan will get yeah, he's a very good kickboxer, but he's not Ngannou, bro. You could be
Bro,
very good.
But
You get what I'm
Dylan White
saying?
versus Ngannou in mixed martial arts should actually be called murder.
He'll finish him,
Ngannou
bro.
will
Dylan White's a
absolutely
fighter.
destroy him in MMA.
Yeah, he would, but Dylan's the only boxer out there right now who'd have a chance in MMA.
You might be right, but
What,
it's a small
2%?
chance.
2% is a chance, but I ain't jumping out there playing if my parachute's only got
of course.
2% chance of
Dylan's a
opening,
fighter,
bro.
bro. Dylan will back himself. Dylan is
He
that
will,
guy.
but he's also got-
Sometimes you got to save man from himself.
No, I agree. But who's
Like Chisora will probably beat Ngannou in terms of his boxing ability. That goes without saying.
Chisora,
But
not
I
now.
would not let Chisora get in the ring and have the possibility of taking an Ngannou punch after all the damage he's taken in his career. Nah, the people around Chisora need to tell him to allow that.
Yeah,
They need to tell him to fully allow that, bro.
I agree. Well, people, we're going to wrap up there. Thank you for joining us. Until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
We out.